It is 6:00. It is Friday night, and that means it is time for Dragons and Things. Welcome! Welcome all to the DaT Network. You can see the cast tonight will include Jared, Lamar, Diana, Adam Kahn, and, of course, the one and only Eric Rady.
That's right. You haven't gotten rid of me yet. I'm still here
on
the DaT Network.
Rid of you. Yeah, a lot of people are worried because they haven't seen you outside of Craig's Extravaganza, and they're like, "Where is Eric? What is happening?"
There have been things said, and I want to assure everyone that I'm still here. And Noah's got the news. I have not left the DaT Network. So
you're not going to run Critical Role. You're still here with us.
I'm still here.
I'm so sorry.
In fact, one thing that was brought to our attention today is Eric is yet again sacrificing the most of anyone to be here because he is out in the cave where it is hot because it is summertime again and it is not pleasant in the cave. So he's a trooper as always.
And we took the air conditioners with us.
Yeah, we took all the air conditioners away. So he has nothing.
It's around 90 degrees. It's around 90 degrees in here. It's no big deal.
That's
That's not good. That's not good. There have been sort of some questions that I want to address because I know that a lot of people know that the film industry has sort of opened up in LA, whatever open up means. Everything is open now, but we're not going back into the castle until we are certain it's safe. We're actually going to be monitoring actual stats for our COVID-19. We're going to wait a couple of weeks. We're going to see how opening up actually affects things in Los Angeles, and we will make a determination on when it'll be safe to go back into the studio because, quite frankly, we want to be safe. We want to make sure that we are taking care of ourselves and the cast so that we can put on a good show and have fun. We don't want anybody getting sick on the cast or the crew. So we will begin talks about what going back into the castle is going to look like. But for right now, just know that we are in a holding pattern. We are monitoring the COVID-19 situation still as the state opens up so that we can make an informed decision on when we can get back into the castle. We'll, of course, make announcements about what that's actually going to look like when we have target dates. And keep in mind, too, that we are taking COVID-19 very seriously still. And when we put out an announcement or when we start putting out more information, all of our target dates are going to be soft. We will adjust as needed based on the reality of the situation. So we thank you for being patient with us, and we will let you know when we have more information. And we will also let you know what that information really means in terms of how it might need to be adjusted as events unfold in the real world. So we know that you are all here for us, and we thank you for your support and your patience in that particular regard. But with that out of the way, I will go ahead and I think we should play some Pathfinder. I think it's about time. I think we should do it.
Let's do it.
It'll be a good time.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Pathfinder. Are we playing 1 or 2 tonight, Jim?
This is the second one. You should have your Pathfinder.
This is the second. You guys didn't tell me.
Yeah. No, Eric, I actually told you Eric. Pathfinder 1E because I thought it would be funny if you made the wrong character. And now I need you to convert all of your stats to 2nd edition right now while I read the introduction.
Oh, God. Okay.
We've got a minute.
As is tradition.
In the days since the yellow musk creeper outbreak, the city of Cavalosia has come together to combat these terrible plants and save those who become their thralls. A dangerous but effective medical procedure developed by HEI medics has proven an effective treatment for the invasive plant contagion that infects the host's mind, turning a person into something of a zombified servant whose only purpose becomes to propagate the plant's terrible spores. HEI has been working full-time, round the clock, to safely find and destroy these plants, round up any infected, and restore them to their former selves. There have been successes and failures. The road has been difficult, but the fight must continue lest the entire city become an overgrown graveyard. How these plants were even introduced to the city has been a mystery, and one there haven't been resources to devote to solving. The Green Woman's wrath is the talk of Cavalosia, and everyone suspects that something has been done to anger a vengeful spirit of nature. Some believe she punishes Cavalosia for some unknown slight that must be put right. Others believe she is an aggressor who must be burned to the ground, even if it means destroying the entire Sorota forest. Others still don't even believe that she is real, and that the recent disasters are the consequence of magical experiments gone haywire as Cavalosian mages try to compete with advancements in Vantum far to the south. Who is right? No one can really say. Regardless of the cause, HEI has been raking in scales from the royal government of Thaspir. The company thrives from the chaos, keeping all licensees on a constant rotation as contract after contract flows in. Since it is HEI that owns the patent for the surgical procedure to cure the yellow musk creeper infection, it is HEI who has collected a huge payday to set up field hospitals in several districts of the city. The royal government pays HEI to do the dangerous task of collecting the infected, and then the royal government pays to keep the hospitals running so that the people can be saved. The company profits on both ends, and this capitalization of the disaster has been going swimmingly until a field hospital in the Bright Quarter was attacked. It was stripped clean of medical supplies, and the doctors working there have been taken hostage. Who would commit such a terrible crime? Who would dare to attack medical workers in the midst of the most dangerous outbreak in Thaspir's history? These are the questions your administrator asks as he slams your assignment folder onto the table of the conference room. The scarred elves look serious, almost angry, as he finishes the assignment overview. Find these doctors, secure the missing medical supplies, and bring the cruel villains who took them to justice. Today, you really earn the title of hero. Do you understand the nature of your assignment? What do you do?
We're gonna
Read comments.
Indeed,
Comments,
we read
comments.
comments.
It took 6 shows, but I finally figured out what the right answer to that question is.
Now we just have to get our pacings together.
Yeah.
Right? By the end of at the end of 2020, we'll have it down.
Imp in my head saying, gasp, acting responsibly? How dare?
I know.
Talking about,
it is.
Yeah, right? Yeah. We do it on occasion.
Mama Jim Jam says, "Hi Jim. Hi everyone. Hi Mama
Hi,
Jim
Mom.
Jam."
Hi, Mama Jim Jim.
Hi, Mama
Mama.
Jim Jam. We were raided earlier by Scabby Rooster. Thank you
Ooh,
so much.
Scabby Rooster Raid.
Scabby Rooster Raid.
Man. Just sounds dirty.
We had some sub action in here. Zangarang Live gifted 5 subs. We had a resub from Dwinthor and a resub from Fluffy
boy.
Walrus. Thank you, guys.
Excellent.
So
Thank you,
Awesome.
guys.
Scott Danuso says, Eric, my friend, glad to see you here. Good to see you too, Scott. Good to see you too. And there's a lot of I want to say hi to Zyajin, who's a new name here. I hang out with Zyajin and play Mario Kart and games and stuff, and he's super cool.
Nice.
And
Nice.
thanks for coming to see me make a fool of myself. So this is good. This is good stuff.
Isn't that what we're all here for all the time?
Mhm.
Yes.
I mean, pretty much.
It looks like we've got some new follows since Monday. We've got World of Warcraft player,
Yeah.
Red Rust 308,
Nice.
Strife 33, Tyler Bobo, Papai Nando, Dreadlord Herc, Read Me Knee, and
Doing
Genevieve
great.
CU. And then just
Yay, thank you,
today,
guys.
we got a follow from Other Side Steve. So welcome to the channel, you guys. Glad to see you here.
Raz 651 just followed.
Just getting in there.
Welcome,
Fantastic.
Raz.
And also, Switchface says the triumphant return. I think you mean of Matt Mercer Nary. I think.
Obviously. What else
Glad
could
to
anybody
see.
be referring to?
Glad to see Switchface here as well. Switchface is a streaming friend of mine, if you will, or just a friend of mine.
I'm in for life named us as the cast. He shall call us Jalid for Jared, Adam, Lamar, Eric, and Diana.
Jalid.
Jalid.
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Ah,
Jalid.
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 Valid it is.
If we
Eat
had
a
Rady
Jalid.
here, we could be just Jared.
Can't we be DJ DJ Load?
Yeah, but then I wouldn't be here.
Would DJ Load
Fine.
DJ Load work?
I know it wouldn't, honestly.
I request
None
that
of
you
that. That's
never-
all ridiculous.
Oh no, wouldn't DJ?
This is what we call.
Never say DJ Load again, please.
Can someone? Never mind. Never mind.
We got
Play.
Uh,
Let's play.
Let's play. Let's
we
get
gotta
back
the
on
Pit
the
Boss
rails.
Battle Boss box champion out.
Oh, okay.
Zangarang took it and gave Crag a hero point.
Nice.
Who's Craig?
Yeah.
Sorry,
Who's Craig?
Mercenary.
Mr. Mercenary has a hero point. Excellent.
Yes.
I also, just real quickly, want to give thanks to Sarah BC1 because last time Adam Kahn was on, he got hit with a wild magic that I have been keeping track of and will carry over into this session, which is a forced natural one that I can impose at my leisure.
That's why.
Now, there may be a way to mitigate that, Jim, because I'm in for life just donated $100 for a draw for Pippa and Mr. Mercenary.
Yeah.
Draws for Pippa and Mr. Mercenary.
Awesome.
Let me pull out my old deck of cards.
Who gave me that hero point?
You're so sweet.
Jennifer Zhang.
Zangarang gave it to you.
Zangarang gave me a hero point.
That's right.
Who dog?
Okay, so it looks like we've got a draw for, is that Pippa and Matt Mercenary?
That is.
All right, so Pippa, we'll go ahead and have you draw first. And everybody does the weird, like, pick a card thing, but, I mean, if we were in the studio, we would just draw from the top of the deck.
Jim,
Yes?
Jim, before we do that, though, Zarin the Bear is raiding with a party of 101.
Woo! Hey, welcome,
We got
everybody.
another bear in here, guys.
Right, another bear?
Now,
Oh, another
everywhere.
Many bears.
What?
Can't bear it.
Welcome, everybody.
What's up,
How's it
guys?
going?
Unbearable!
We're getting started to play some
Can't bear
Pathfinder.
it.
We were getting started, but now
We
can't
are.
bear it.
We are going to resolve these draws, and then we're going to start adventuring. Right from the top of the deck, Pippa up first. And
All right.
not a bad card. You do have now the Ace of Clubs. The Ace of Clubs. Oh, man, I don't even remember what the cards do.
Ooh, yes.
But I know that the Ace is a really good one.
Don't even remember what the
Aces
cards
are the
do.
best.
Make the rules.
I have to like go. Well, yeah, but I have it. It's on the World Anvil. Let me go pull up World Anvil to figure that out. While I'm pulling it up, I will also draw for Matt Mercenary. And Matt Mercenary, you have the 4 of Spades. The 4 of Spades.
Now, as I'm in for life, got us the draws, yes?
Yes.
That is
thank
correct.
you.
Those are from
I
I'm in for
Thank
life. I have the article up now, and for those of you who are wondering where you can get a really good look at all the different donation effects, I'm actually going to post the link to our World Anvil page on the chat.
Sweet.
And then, so for Spades, for Matt Mercenary's card, you can reduce the target's D20 roll by the number on the card. So you get to choose your target when you use your card, and you can reduce that roll that they make by 4.
Love it.
That is a pretty
Nice.
good debuff against
good,
your
man.
enemies.
Yeah.
And then the Ace of Clubs. This is a really good one. You automatically critically succeed on every check until your roll result would otherwise fail. So you will still roll your checks, but as long as you succeed, it is automatically a critical success until you fail. Once you fail, the card
So that
ends.
goes into play right away?
No, that'll go into play whenever you choose. Whenever you choose, you can say, I'm activating the ace.
I have a logistical question because you're sitting on that
okay.
natural 1, Jim. Can
Yes.
you trump her card?
Yeah, I can.
Like, so you can make her roll a 1, which would then
I
fail. All right.
I
But
could
that would
negate her
make you-
card.
That'd be
Evilest Jim Jam.
Enbridge territory.
That would be
That's awful,
evil.
guys.
And
Don't give
I
my
am...
DS. Shut your mouth. Don't give my DS.
Pippa, I will trade you. I have a 4 of spades. I will gladly trade you a 4 of spades and 2 cigars.
What?
I will give you 2
but then-
cigars and a 4 of spades.
He's going to
Can't
give you the
trade your
1.
cards. You weirdos.
I'm not trading. He's the one
Let's play
trading.
Pathfinder.
Yeah,
Let's play Pathfinder. You have been apparently assigned to investigate this medical tent. One of the field hospitals in the city has been ransacked. The doctors are missing. The supplies have been taken. Nobody knows who is responsible, but they want to send you out to investigate and bring to justice the people who have done this. There is, of course, a mission folder on the table in front of you. And the administrator is still there if you have any questions that you want to ask. Otherwise, what happens? What do you do?
You said it was the same guy that's just always kind of.
Yes, you have gotten a lot of assignments from this rather angry looking elf with a big scar across his cheek. Today, rather than sort of turning that anger on all of you, you always get the impression that he just doesn't have time for you. He seems rather angry about the fact that the field hospital itself has been attacked, and seems to have really made an effort to give something of an inspiring speech as he talks about the injustice that has been committed against HEI in these times.
So, alrighty. So, you watch as a familiar entity stands up out of his chair after he hears the word hero. He can't believe it. He slams his hands down on the table and says, "You're right. We are heroes. We are just the people for the job. But you know what? I have sad news today. Our good friend Bartimus is not here. We will be down a bear. It is almost unbearable. We can do it though. You can believe, you trust in us, believe in us." And you see him, he's wearing a proper green cloak. No, it's more of a moss colored, or no, not really moss. Fern. A proper fern cloak, fine woolen cloak. Now, you, as far as you can tell, nothing has really changed about our good friend Matthew mercenary for hire, except you notice one thing. You see this very fine silver brooch, or brooch, depending on where you're from. Is it brooch or brooch? What do you? You see this very fine brooch clipping his cloak, and you see a gnarled and knotted tree, and its leafy boughs are studded with these red jewels in the leaves. You get the sense that they're apples, but you're not quite sure whether they're garnets or rubies. You can't really tell. And it studs this fine brooch, and it flashes in the light. But he is very happy to take on this job. Friends, let's do this. Let's be heroes. Let's look at this brooch that I bought with my gold from last adventure. I'm ready. I don't know about all of you. I'm ready. Pippa?
Yes. And I look at the guy with the assignment. I'm like,
Yes.
you seem really upset, so you can go now. Bye.
Mr.
Okay.
Before you leave, Mr. Big Scary Guy, dude, of HEI, do you have any leads to who might be doing this or what might be doing this, or if they're also zombies? Has investigations happen?
Unfortunately, at this time, we have no idea who would dare to attack a field hospital administering care to the people of the city. That is one of the reasons we are sending fine investigators like yourself to find out what happened, bring our doctors home safely.
Oh yeah, that's us. Okay, thank you, sir.
How many doctors out there? How many missing?
4 missing doctors.
4. That's this many. Okay.
Yes, that is that many.
And are the names on our paperwork as well?
Yes, the names that I definitely know and took the time to create are on the paperwork. That if you take a long time reading and scouring through, I will tell you what those names are. But if you don't,
while you find it, I'm going to call attention to Dead Aussie Gamer just rated us. What? You're here for just the right time. Jim's going to give us the names.
Oh, yes. You're here for the listing of names. Of carefully planned doctor names.
I shall write them down, especially so we know who we're looking for.
Dr. Thomas.
Okay, Dr. Thomas.
Dr. Thomas.
Dr. Stevens.
Steve Ums? Is that UMS?
Yes.
That's a very unique
How many
name.
E's are in that?
Just the
Most
one
doctors go by
E.
first and last name.
Yes.
Dr. Lamp?
Dr. Lamp.
It's a very bright.
Well, maybe
That's
that's Lyra's
yes,
doctor.
he must be a bright shining signal for those in the darkness.
Yes.
And the last doctor?
Dr. T. Them.
Is that Dr. T period VIM? Dr. T period Vim?
Stevem, just like Stevem, but with a T.
Oh, he's the one who
Oh, they're
does all
twins.
those,
They're
all
twins.
those posters around
Stephen.
about
Yes.
teeth.
Yes, so our paperwork says Thomas Stephen Lamp and Teven. Excellent.
Yes.
Where were they last seen? Do we know?
Yes, the field hospital was located in the Bright Quarter. There's a park there that we had converted. That is where you should begin your investigation. See if the attackers were foolish enough to leave any evidence behind of their deeds.
Oh, okay. Bye, guy. Bye, man.
We shall see you next.
I'm Mr.
time.
Angry HEI guy who gives us money for doing things.
And he leaves, leaving you alone. What do you do?
Is McCree with you, mercenary?
No, we have to go pick
to
him
go
up
get
from
him.
the. They were some sort of stables or a place where
Yeah,
he could be
there's
held
like
in
a
the
there's
city.
like a it's like a converted stable. There's a lot of animal companions that many licensees have. So there's obviously there are horses in the stables, but there's also like bears, and
Is there
wolves, and
chickens, bears, and chickens and things.
Barry is in the room with us.
Oh,
That was a
right.
fight.
Yes, you did get special clearance to bring Barry into the headquarters. He has his own little like visitor badge that he has to wear, but
I'm not offended at all. I'm okay with it.
You guys train Mr. McCree, sir, so that he
Are
doesn't
we-
scare the other ones. Like,
are we
Barry won't
ready?
hurt Nobody.
Yes.
Yes, welcome back, Matthew.
Thank you. It's good to be here. Are we ready to get to the Bright Quarter? And I do need to stop and pick up McCree before we get over there. So
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Go out to the stables.
so you get out to the stables, and not a moment too soon, because it is very nearly high noon.
no.
Ah!
It's okay. You get to
What?
the
He
with
said it.
10 minutes to spare.
McCree
That's amazing.
is agitated. You see this small bear wearing this very elaborate red scarf with this wavy gold design across the entire thing. And this bear, do they have him locked up? I feel like they would have him in a pen. And he sees Matt Mercenary approaching, and he just immediately lights up, and he gets up on the front gate of his little pen there, and Matt Mercenary charges up, runs up. Oh, McCree, I'm so sorry. It's after high noon, isn't it? I missed it again. So he reaches down, he pulls out a match, and he lights it on his chin. He also pulls out a cigar and lights up this cigar. And everyone's used to this by now, but Matt Mercenary gives his bear McCree a cigar, and you watch as this bear starts smoking the cigar. And some of the people are startled, but most of the people, I think they're accustomed to this by now. I've been in town for a while. I've been here and there with McCree, so people kind of know us. We're heroes now.
Become something of an oddity about town. People sort of comment sometimes about the smoking bear, and it's a thing. It's a thing.
I'm going to open a tavern later. That's my goal, is to retire and open a tavern called the Smoking Bear. You've inspired me, Jim.
You can go right next to Pops, Pickles, and Pints.
That's right.
Yeah.
Pops, pickles, and pints.
That's Oopsie's favorite place.
I'm ready, everyone. I'm ready. McCree is with us. He has a cigar. Let's do this.
As long as
Let's
McCree is happy, that's all that matters.
I don't think bears should be smoking. It's kind of bad for the lung, but he does. Like, we do what I guess
Great.
is okay.
He likes it though. I can't stop him. I mean, it makes him happy. You see,
you should train, but you shouldn't train bears.
McCree I'd cover McCree's ears.
Oopsie starts walking towards the bright quarter.
Sure. So you begin making your way out. As you make your way out of the stables with McCree in tow, as you discuss the morality of free will and smoking and addiction with the bears. It is also important to note that we do have a donation from Sarah BC1 giving sinks to the table. So all of you, I will note that I am a part of the table and yet somehow was left out of this. So, I mean, I wouldn't say it's for the table if we're excluding certain people, but that's okay.
Quiet,
technically.
Jim.
Quiet, Jim.
Delirious just donated $5 to give an edge to Jim.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, there we go.
But
there we go. Now it's
you have
all
to use
ready.
it to take out Matt Mercenary.
We've also had some bit bosses come in. Scott Denuzo giving one to Oopsie to help drive the bear. Scott got it a second time as well, giving one to Peepa, and Sarah BC1 giving reroll to Kanshaka.
Yay!
Sure.
Rerolls for everybody.
Gonna drive a bear.
Thank you.
You got two to choose from.
Just before we get started, Candace gifting some subs.
Hey,
Cadence.
Oh man.
Hey,
Oh man, I can read.
Guys are
Yeah.
Dropping subs everywhere. Dang,
Awesome.
dude. Thank you.
Dropping it like it's hot.
That is fantastic. Since it is a new month, and we do need, we always end up losing some subs at the beginning of the month, especially if you're using those free Amazon Twitch subs, which is a good reminder if you do use those to go ahead and re-up those if you'd like, because they're free and they help us. So we needs them. I always have to go in and do mine, and I always forget. So anyway, you guys are making your way towards the Bright Quarter. The field hospital that was set up it was in a very large open park in the Bright Quarter, which is a very wealthy area in town. The area is now currently in shambles with collapsed tents, overturned tables, and random debris scattered about. You see that there are a number of messages plastered across tents in bright green bright green paint that say, "She has judged." You also see a number of leaf-shaped symbols painted on trees, tables, and even the cobblestone paths through the park. What do you do?
These symbols, I assume they've kind of been popping up around.
Make a society check.
Oh, good. Goblin Society?
No.
It's an 18.
18. Yeah, you haven't actually seen very many yourself, but you have a lot of rumors are flying around the city. I mean, there's so much going on, so much information flying, and you have heard reports that people are reporting signs similar to what you're seeing here, where some people have claimed to see leaf-shaped symbols painted on the sides of buildings, on trees, and on the street. It's been popping up more and more. So yeah, you have heard of that.
Does it feel like the overall just vibe of things going? Does it feel more like kind of a cult growing, or more of like the grassroots of a religion forming?
Really difficult to tell. I mean, the words that you see painted, "She has judged," certainly feel ominous, but it's really difficult to get much of a sense of what's happening beyond that from just that. The symbols themselves are sort of a new thing. A lot of things are happening very, very quickly. So a lot of these things you're hearing about, you've only been hearing about for like a day or two. These aren't things that people have been able to really discern any meaning from outside just the rumors that they're happening.
Could you describe the green for us? Is it a true green? Is it a forest green? Could it be like a key lime green? What's the actual green we're looking at? Or is it just a lime green?
It's a very grassy green.
Grassy green, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, grassy.
Jim, the leaves, the symbols of the leaves.
Yes.
Are they? Does Khan recognize them, or are they like similar to the yellow stuff The yellow.
Go ahead and make a nature check.
Oh, I am, as a druid, good at that.
Indeed.
Okay. The D20 is 20-sided die. I rolled a 1.
Rolling. Difficult to tell. You don't get the sense that these, even just looking at them, you're not certain that this is an attempt to replicate the natural state of anything. It's more just this was chosen as a very simple, easy to replicate design rather than we want to create a maple leaf or anything like that.
Jim, are there people around, walking around?
A few. They're sort of staying out of the park itself. They are certainly, as you arrive, watching you, talking amongst themselves. But there's not a whole lot of people on the street. People have been sticking indoors because the danger represented by the yellow musk infections is incredibly high. And people are, even some of the people that you see looking out are sort of looking out at windows and stuff. Like they're not coming out onto the street.
Okay. So it doesn't seem like anyone is like eyeing me specifically with all my leaves on me.
No, you don't get the sense that you're being watched, other than like people are just interested. Like obviously they know that like there was an attack here, and they see you on the scene, and there's that sense, but you don't get the sense that like somebody's stroking their beard and cackling to themselves or anything like that.
Okay. Can I walk over to the leaf markings as well and take one of my leaves and just kind of examine it and see if I know anything about it? Or
Sure. Go ahead and make a nature check. Yeah.
That's also a 1 on the die.
Oh,
wow.
We're off to a great start, everybody.
Use your natural one.
Nature people are just kind of looks like John Cena to me.
I'm just like, oh, we have similar tastes, I guess.
Well, you certainly don't learn anything extra with a natural 1, but to further punish you, Crossbones AE has included me in the sync pool, so now I have a sync as well. So thank you, Crossbones.
And you also have an edge as well, Jim.
That's right.
But I got a BBBB from I'm in for life. So. All of us, all the players, we all got a BBBB.
Yeah.
So
we all got a hero point.
Guys, what is going on here? Are any of you familiar with what this is?
We go into park. This park where hospital set up.
No, I know, but what is all this? What is this? What is this grassy? What is this grassy green? What does this mean?
Is park. Grass is park.
There's technically grass in parks. He's not wrong.
I think the triad lady in the forest is very mad at us for taking some fruit.
I think that there's followers who think the green lady's good thing. They're being crazy. But we should go find them. But, going in here and not pointing fingers at who may or may not have possibly angered. Or it could be something completely different. We're not sure. But anyway, let's not worry about any of that at this moment as Khan walks into the park.
All right.
I'll look at Mercenary and just be like, he only saying that because he the one to do it.
Really?
Yeah, him fault.
He did all of this?
Yeah,
is he?
Fault.
Wait, what?
Him take magic fruit and forest mad.
He was the one.
Him.
Oh.
It's all Khan's fault.
Probably him
and I'll follow Khan Shaka into the park. There
is a lot of inner turmoil inside of Matt Mercenary right now. He's all mixed up inside. He doesn't know how to feel because Khan Shaka is one of his bear brethren. This is a very interesting development. I don't know. He takes it all in. Is kind of taken aback a little bit by this, and continues to follow Oopsie and them in.
Sure. So you all sort of gather, you get into the park. Obviously, there's nobody here right now. The area has been sort of kept clear. Again, people are really not venturing out into the streets. There are people like from nearby buildings sort of watching what's going on if you wanted to see So you sort of have a couple of options. You can certainly investigate the grounds themselves, see what you can see with some perception or survival checks. You could attempt to gather some information to see if there was anybody who witnessed what happened last night. Or unless you have some other crazy idea for investigating this place that I haven't thought of, what do you want to do?
Once we get closer to the area where we were at, Rias wants to look around and see if a direct line of sight from any one of these other places, if he can see anybody specifically looking out windows, and if I can catch anybody looking out a window that has a really good eye line to it, I want to walk over to the dwelling or business or whatever building might be there.
Sure. There's a number of angles that it looks like people could have seen in here. You would, if you want to spend some time sort of asking around generally and seeing if there were any specific witnesses, you can actually make a diplomacy check to see if you can find anybody willing to talk who has information.
Okay. How many angles would you say there are, Jim?
I mean, several. I mean, the park is sort of surrounded on all sides, so it could be any number of places could have seen something.
I'll go with the angle to the northeast. How about that? I'll go in that direction.
Sure. You go ahead and do that. Just go ahead and make me a diplomacy check as you are trying to find witnesses.
I'd like to use.
Is there a camp set up, like tables / like where supplies would have been stored?
Yes, go ahead. You can easily find there's several tents, some of the larger of which would have held supplies, and you can see indeed they have been ransacked. I mean, tables have been flipped over, crates have been spilled out and emptied. Some of the crates some crates of supplies have straight up been taken. You can make a medicine check if you'd like.
I can.
That was a 19, Jim.
19, okay. I'll get to that first while he's resolving his medicine check. You actually find, as you are looking around and as you're asking questions and sort of talking to some of the people who are looking out, and you're getting a lot of head shakes like, no, we didn't see anything. And some people just seem sort of uninterested in talking to you. You find one lady who seems to insist that she knows what happened, but then she starts talking about moon people who rode down on a moonbeam in the middle of the night, and she just knows that the birds are spying on all of you and relaying what you're saying to the moon people, so she doesn't want to speak too loudly, and you realize that that's just a dead end right there. But then finally there's a street sweeper who is actually out working, one of the very, very, very few people out on the street at all, who mentions, oh, yeah, look, I know what happened. At least I think I did. At least I saw people in the park last night. I'm actually just finishing up a shift here, so I was working, and I saw these. There were 5, maybe 6 hooded people. They ransacked the whole place, tore up the camp, made off with supplies, and I saw them before they did. They were painting all over everything, and I didn't go after them, or I was kind of scared. I stood in the alley here, but I saw they were doing it. It was dark though, so I don't know who they were, but they did. I know which direction they made off in. It was west. They went down those alleys to the west. They sort of split up, but that's the direction they went. I can tell you that much.
Could I use my keen ranger senses to comb the area and see if I could find maybe a trail of grassy green paint splatter,
Absolutely.
or something that could, anything broken or.
Yes, absolutely. Go ahead and make a survival check to see if you want to track things. And then, oopsie, what did that medicine check look like?
It was a respectable 16.
16. So you can tell, that most of the supplies that are kept in these particular field hospitals actually are sort of inoculation against the pollen spores that the musk creepers give off. The musk creepers and their thralls, because that once you get infected by those spores, that's not what causes you to become a thrall to the plant. that just causes you to seek out the plant in that sort of mindless state. At that point, the plant itself infects the person who reaches them. So but you know that once a person has been exposed to that pollen and they resist its effects, they are temporarily immune to that. And since that's one of the most dangerous aspects of spreading the infection, these field hospitals are designed mostly to help the populace inoculate themselves against that, so they don't get they don't get infected by the pollen, which would cause them to become thralls later on. And you can see that some of the supplies have just been straight up smashed, but a lot of them have been taken away from here. And then Matt Mercenary, what did that survive?
It was a 20. It was a 20 dirty.
Okay, dirty 20 looks pretty good. You actually do see that moving to the west, there are indeed a fairly, to your keen ranger eyes, there is a fairly obvious trail of paint drips. That grassy green paint. You feel like you would have no trouble following it. It's
incredible how keen my ranger senses are that I would actually distinguish a grassy green paint from the actual green grass itself.
It is incredible that you managed to do that. It's wild that you'd be able to distinguish all that. It's so wild that Sarah BC1 has decided to hit you with a wild magic.
Jim, that was good.
Wasn't it? So
that was good.
As you are pointing all of this out, why don't you go ahead and roll a d6? Because I will let you all know, I had to actually come up with a whole new wild magic chart. So I've got brand new, fresh off the presses wild magics to throw out there today. So I can't wait to see what we get here.
Ooh, number 5. What is 5 getting?
5. Okay. This is a good one. You know, Matt Mercenary, you expect a lot out of yourself. Every time you roll a d20, you get to roll a second die of your choice and add the result to the check. However, if the result is not a critical success, you become very angry at yourself for your perceived failure, and you become frightened. The value of the frightened condition is the result on the second die roll. So basically, you can, when you roll a d20, you can choose any other die, a d4, a d10, a d12, any other die, and roll it alongside. However, if you don't critically succeed on your check, you become frightened as you get so frustrated that you weren't able to succeed to your great expectations.
That is bloody terrible.
Why are you trying to make me scared, Jim? So do I have to do this? You must choose a second die to roll. But it can be any die from a D4 to an extra D20 that you add the result.
So you can't just be like D100.
And
no, it has to be 1 to 20.
It has to be a critical success in whatever I am doing.
Now, if you do a regular, like if it's an attack roll and you succeed, you still succeed. However, because it wasn't a critical success, you still become frightened because you're so frustrated.
That's
you're a perfectionist.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Sarah BC1 for that.
That's a deep
amazing magic.
Wow.
And it looks like, man, there are so many hero points on the board right now. Oopsie has another hero point from Sarah BC1. And Crossbones AE has given me 2. So I actually have 2 hero points. And that's another one for Oopsie. Dang, that is a lot of rerolls on the board right now.
Everyone, the sweep. Wow. The sweep wasn't lying. It's to the west. I found a grassy green paint trail dripping to the west. We have a lead.
But yes, I was going to ask, what is the street sweeper's name? I want to make sure he gets credit for helping us out.
His name, I did have in my notes, and it's Styles. So there.
Nice.
Got you good on
Styles.
Styles the street sweeper.
Styles the street sweeper.
Jim, do we know why the doctors were stolen?
You don't. You don't have any other information. You're sort of, that's part of what you're doing here, is trying to figure out not only who attacked, but why.
Is there blood?
Yeah, Khan's actually going to look around the area to see if he can
Yeah.
Tell
Sure.
the doctors
Looking for blood, looking for signs of struggle and violence. Matt Mercenary was not able to determine that with his survival/perception check, but anybody else who is looking can go ahead and try a survival or perception check to see if they
Jim,
can.
I was gonna look for doctor's notes or ledgers. May I look around for notes and stuff?
Yep. Anybody who's looking around, make a perception check.
You won't be able
20?
to read them.
I bet Nate's not going to do it.
Interviewing.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I got
Dirty 20, Jim.
Dirty 20 for Kanshaka. You don't find any blood. However, as you're looking around the camp itself and you are sort of examining some of what's else behind, you do see that there are some vials that got dropped that are some vials that got dropped that were not smashed. And if you want to collect some anti-plague, there is a little bit of that left over. So there are 2 vials of anti-plague.
I will take those.
Do I see him find these?
I imagine. I don't imagine he's trying to hide it from you. So,
because I've been eyeing him. Because the things that Oopsie told me they're just very unsettling about good old Kanshaka. So, what'd you find there, Khan? I thought I scoped out the area pretty well and found everything we needed to find.
Oh, I found vials of anti-plague. They're against the plague. So in case those spores come by again, I think, and just go like pow. Well, maybe we have to do it before. I think that's how. I don't know. Nature doesn't really do the before medicine thing. Kind of does after the medicine thing. But yeah, it says anti-plague. And so I have 2 of them. And we're going to hold on to them.
Wow.
Those lesser anti-plagues will give you a +2 item bonus on any fortitude saves against disease for 24 hours after you drink them.
Wow. I don't feel that I'm 100% familiar with what this yellow musk infection is. Do we need to be wearing masks while we're doing this? Is this a thing we need to be doing here?
You do it, and then you go to a store, and then plant tries to eat you.
Just don't breathe in the pollen. It's
also
bad.
Also, most of the mask that's being used is actually so that what's in you doesn't go out very far. What goes out is still going to come in, but what comes in is not going to go out. So you can wear a mask if you want, but you got to wear a mask that's like really thin so that the pollen doesn't go through. But
It's also been determined that one of the primary methods of spreading the disease is through the thralls, and the thralls spread it by inflicting injury on their victims. So when they claw you or bite you, that's typically how you get infected. Now, the plants can squirt pollen themselves, so that is a factor, but the primary vector is through the thralls roaming the streets.
Okay. This is all good to know. This is all up here now.
Reese, you said west?
West.
Following the trail of paint and the directions from Styles, you begin making your way west through the city of Cavalosia, through the Bright Quarter. And the trail goes quite a ways. I'll roll over that survival check from Matt Mercenary, and the paint itself is fairly easy to spot once you know what you're looking for. And as you make your way through the streets, you get actually further and further away from the Bright Quarter. Apparently, the people who came in last night, they traveled quite a ways. These were not locals attacking the field hospital. And after an hour of traveling, you are no longer in the Bright Quarter, and you are starting to notice a foul smell in the air, the smell of trash, because you are making your way towards the city midden. And sure enough, this paint trail leads you right there. You get to the sort of gate around the city midden heap, where all of the trash is collected by the sanitation department. Much of everything here is periodically incinerated. However, with the city in crisis, resources have been shifted away from this effort, and workers, fearing for their lives, haven't been out to see to the task. So there is quite a lot of refuse here today. However, you do note that this is where the paint spatter trail has led you. So what do you do?
Well, this is garbage.
My, what an interesting spell you've discovered.
Sorry.
Do you think they're living? Do you think they're living? Did they pull them into here somehow, or they? This is where the trail stops.
Did anyone actually recover any kind of pieces or items of the doctors or anything like that? Like clothing? Or...
No, there wasn't any personal items that you were able to find that you could identify as personal items belonging to any of the doctors.
Khan's going to. This is a stretch, Jim. I already know what the answer is going to be. He's going to hold up one of the vials to Barry's nose, Barry the bear, and say, try to follow the
try. No, that's okay. So go ahead and have Barry roll a survival check.
Let's roll a flat roll and they'll add that's a 18 on the die.
Okay.
And then his additional stuff, because Barry is the best bear on Earth, no offense.
That
survival is based on wisdom.
That's correct.
Barry's wisdom is...
You're probably trained in it. Or Barry is probably trained in it. Or he might have a bonus to it. Does he have scent? Do you happen to see if he has scent as the ability?
Oh, that bear smell bad.
He does have scent.
That's the garbage.
Yeah. So yeah, he's gonna have a pretty good time tracking by smell. Even in a place like this where the smells are overwhelming, he can sort of determine the correct smells to follow.
Oh, he has +1 to survival. That's weird. So 19.
So he begins leading you through the midden heap, and as you are following the bear, and he seems to be going on a right trail. Like he occasionally will cross back and forth, and it does take him a little bit because there's so many other competing stenches to worry about, and occasionally he'll find some food that he gets really interested in. So it's a little difficult to get him to stay on task. And it takes you about 10 minutes while you are looking out before you find anything. And since you are all traveling in this just absolutely horrifically nasty place, I would like everybody to make a fortitude save.
Oh, I'm gonna. Oh, never mind. Oh no.
Oopsie got it.
Natural 20, Jim.
Oh,
that's the best at that.
That's a 27, but I have to roll another die because of the wild magic, correct?
That's right.
That's 25.
25, okay.
Okay,
17.
so that's a total of 30. I rolled a d4, and that's a total of 30.
That is a critical success, so no need to worry. I heard a 17 was a success, so I think the only person I don't know about is Oopsie at this point.
Yeah, I'm debating using one of my... I have 2, so I'm going to use a hero point to re-roll.
Okay.
Because the natural one...
Oh, no, that would not help you.
9, I don't like it.
Peepa, you look disappointed.
I think my leaves start to wilt. I got 11.
Yeah, this is a sickening place, and it just your leaves do wilt just a little bit, and you are sickened 1.
Oh, what
15 for me, Jim.
15 is a pass, and you are not sickened by the stench of this place. However, Peepa does not look all that great. While you are sickened, you cannot willingly ingest anything, including elixirs and potions. And you also take a penalty of, since you are sickened 1, you take a penalty of 1 to all of your checks and DCs.
Okay.
However, you can spend a single action retching in an attempt to recover, which lets you immediately attempt a fortitude save against the DC of the effect that made you. So basically, you can use an action to retch and make another save. And if you succeed, you can reduce your sicken value by 1. However, before you do that, because this all starts to happen at the end of Barry's investigation, and Barry, just as you are starting to feel bad, you note that Barry is pawing at some half-buried boxes and bags that bear the marks of the HEI medical teams.
Good bear.
When you begin picking through them, you can see that they still hold the stolen supplies. Whoever took them just dumped them here. Like, they didn't steal the supplies, they just threw them away. However, as you are sort of processing all this, you begin to hear a very annoying buzzing sound, like the droning of a fly. Obviously, there are flies all around in the giant trash heap, but as you look up towards the noise and see a pony-sized insect swooping down towards you, you realize that you might be in just a spot of trouble, which gets quite a bit worse when 3 giant maggots burrow up out of the trash heap beneath your feet, joining the fray with mandibles eager to chew flesh. And everybody, it is time to read some comments, because we're going to hang over.
Oh, man.
There are our friends here.
But Oopsie going to drive Big Bug.
Hell no!
He's gonna get on that
You're so
big
gross.
bug.
We had a legit old-fashioned bit war happening.
Yeah,
Almost the entire first half of this show between Scott Denuzzo, Sarah, I'm in for life, Crossbones, and Zangarang just went off. I think everyone has a hero point, and that's the first time that's happened in months.
Yay!
Yep.
Thank you guys.
Awesome. Fantastic.
Thank you, everybody.
Crossbones just gave me another hero point because Jen doesn't know what she's doing.
Yeah, she just wants to watch the happy cake. That's what she's doing in chat.
Yeah, happy cake. I don't know what that means.
Brian Summer was asking if someone could give Jared a light. Yeah, that pickle hanging out the corner of his mouth.
I'm down to 1 pickle left for this stream.
Oh no!
Oopsie, what are you gonna do?
And my prop pickle.
It's hard to see. Someone is replacing me, I guess, or Scott wants someone to replace me, and there was a call for Guyliner. This is all very confusing because I don't know what's happening.
They voted you out, and Lamar's taking your spot.
Right, and he needs Guyliner, but Kevin said false. Matt Mercenary is out of Guyliner. He needs to make a midnight run to Forever 21 later tonight.
It does look like we have some extra subs to go with all of our cheers. Scott Denuzzo gifted to the Page Mistress and Dead Aussie Gamer. The Real POTUS gifted to Zoran the Bear. Sarah BC1 gifted to Chillbro. Tobias, I believe. Kevin Alexander is in on his 26th month of subbing. And Kitsu723 is on his 23rd month of subbing.
Nice.
That is over it's almost 2 years and over 2 years, respectively.
Amazing.
That is fantastic. It's good to have you guys hanging out still.
And
Very cool.
Amp in my head wants to help me out by saying, Peepa, think of something gross. Think of the time Oopsie made breakfast for everyone. I'll think about that when I have to retch.
It's just pickle omelet.
Wait, I wasn't there for the Oopsie breakfast. What?
Only Oopsie close friends.
Oh, that's brutal.
Oopsie drive that bear, then talk. We got new follows from Yeet Mand, Adrian 1976, the Page Mistress, and Urban Mask. Thank you guys.
Hey, welcome to the channel, everybody.
Awesome, guys.
Thank you guys so much.
Hello. Thank you. Oh, goodness.
All right.
There are so many
All right.
sinks.
So maggots and a fly.
Maggots and a big buggy.
So many sinks and wild magics and decks and BBBs.
There are a lot of bonuses, so why don't we go ahead and see if we can get rid of some of them with a good old-fashioned combat. Go ahead and roll initiative as you are assaulted by disgusting bugs.
Ew. Gross. Hey-o.
I much prefer it when Bartimus is here because I don't roll like Bartimus.
He absorbs all the bad luck.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Jim, 22.
22. Nice, Kanshaka.
Yeah.
I'll probably be right behind Conchaca with a 21.
Rias with a 21.
I have 17.
17 for people.
26.
26. That's a real good one, Matt
It's a
Mercenary.
real good one.
Real good one.
High five, Jared. Yeah.
This many. 5.
Let's see.
Oopsie, go 5.
1, 2, 3, 4. Am I missing somebody here? Oopsie. Where's Oopsie?
Oopsie 5.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there you are. Way down at the bottom of the list. So, first to react, you see this, like, the sun is almost blotted out by the just massive fly that looks very much like an overgrown monstrous housefly, and it is just circling quickly down towards you. But you react just a hair quicker than it. So go ahead and tell me what your 3 actions are.
That's me?
That's you.
Yes. My keen ranger senses pay off.
They do.
I see this giant fly creature rise out of the garbage, and I focus on it intently, and I hunt prey. I hunt prey, Jim. I hunt prey on this thing. That's my first action.
Okay.
Hunt prey.
You hunt prey.
Next, since I am now a level 2 ranger, I have a feat. I have quick draw, so I'm able to draw and fire my heavy crossbow
Nice.
at the same time.
Ew.
That's a 19 on the die, which brings it to a 27.
Good
Now, do I
God.
get?
Wow.
Oh, shoot! I have to roll the dice. Do
You
I
still
get
have
an
to roll dice.
additional? Do I get an additional thing for hunt prey, or that's just no?
I don't know. You tell me what hunt prey does.
I gain a plus. It doesn't have so much.
I know that's your damage.
I gain +2 circumstance bonus to perception checks when I seek prey, and a +2 circumstance bonus to survival checks. Blah blah blah. I ignore penalties for making range attacks within my second range increment against the prey. That's cool. I don't think it changes anything else other than that stuff.
Okay, then I'm pretty sure it gives you some bonus damage, but I don't think it adds to your attack roll.
Okay, I will roll that dirty, stinky, rotten extra die for the wild magic. That's a 3. So
Okay.
22 plus my 8 is a 30 ranged attack heavy crossbow.
Well, it's a critical hit, so no worries about that.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Strong.
Good body.
Oh gosh.
So let me roll my damage here. Let's see. And that's a critical, so I get to roll
Roll
2d6?
damage twice. That's correct.
2d6. Man, this is a good day right now. That's a 6 and a 4. So yeah, that's wait, am I no, I'm rolling the wrong die. Silly Matt Mercenary rolling the wrong die. That's a 5. That's a 5 and a 7. So 12.
12.
Yeah.
Okay.
12.
12 points of damage. This
12
bolt
points of
just
damage.
scrunches through its carapace, exploding out the other side. There's a little small shower of disgusting snot-colored ichor that falls down over the lot of you, but it is a powerful hit. However, this creature is still alive.
Now I have another action. I think we ruled last time that I could begin. You see, as Matt reaches down to his bandolier and pulls out another bolt and starts the process. It's a two action process of reloading, right?
I believe it's just reload 1, so I think it's just a 1 action.
Oh, it's just reload 1. Then I would just reload, and I kind of give and McCree is there at my side waiting intently for my commands. I look at him and I kind of just nod, and he stays. But I'm reloading my crossbow.
Okay. You hunt prey, you draw fire in 1 action, and then you reload with your 3rd action. And now it is this fly's turn, and it is mad. So it's zzz, and it just this weird. I mean, it moves so quickly as it just flies around and around in these darting, erratic patterns. But then at the last second, swoops in and tries to bite Matt Mercenary himself for daring to attack me. And I'm going to
Get sunk, Jim.
Oh, okay. Well, gonna get sunk.
I'll use a sink on you.
I'm gonna get sunk, which means that is going to be a 14 to hit.
No.
14 misses, so it is going to take its 3rd action to go ahead and try to bite one more time. Bubba. Nat 20.
Oh.
Nat 20. Nat 20. That's a critical hit.
Did you say Matt 20 or Nat?
It's a
20?
Matt 20.
It's a Matt 20?
It's a Matt 20 against Matt Mercenary. I'm going to go ahead and roll my damage twice. That is 9 plus 6, 15 points of piercing damage as this thing just digs its mandibles right into your chest and begins gnawing and gnawing and gnawing. And I do need you to make a fortitude save.
Of course you do, Jim. Of course you do. Because you are a fair and just GM.
I am, aren't I?
So that's a 16 on the die.
Oh.
Plus fortitude. So that would be, is that right? Michael Jordan. Plus I need 23. To roll.
Plus 23. You need to roll an additional die.
Plus I need to roll my additional die. I'm going to stick with the D4 because I don't want to be too skirt. No. 23. I'm gonna, how many levels of frightened could I be?
An infinite number of frightened.
Oh God. Let's keep it low.
Okay.
But no, you know what? I'm going for a D12. I'm gonna try to crit this.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to crit it. D12 or D20? D12. Just D12. I already made the decision. D12. Yeah, 10 on the die.
Okay. That brings your total up to 33.
33, Scottie Pippen.
Which Michael is Jordan a critical success. So since you've critically succeeded, you suffer no other penalties.
Oh, man.
And that will be the fly's turn. So, Kanshaka, what do you do?
So it's the fly and a bunch of maggots, right?
Yes, there are 3 maggots. They haven't gone yet, but they look like they're about to tear into some people.
Okay. I feel as if the fly is a bigger problem. Can I get within melee range of the fly, or is it still flying?
Yeah, because it's come down. It flew down and started biting Matt Mercenary. So.
All right. For the first time, Khan's not going to use magic. He's actually going to pull out his long spear.
All right.
And tries to stab it.
Tries to stab.
14?
14. This is a miss. And you notice as you're about to stab this creature, it's almost like it reacts a split second as you're coming in that super annoying way that flies do. And as you miss it, it begins like buzzing back up into the sky and flies away as a reaction. So it is now about 30 feet overhead, still like buzzing intently around.
How many actions are used so far, Jim?
2 actions, 1 to draw, 3. 1 to draw, 1 to move, and 1 to stab. So that is that was your 3rd action.
All right, Jim.
Yes. You see this thing react with just preternatural speed. But you also note that aside from the giant fly itself, there are these maggots that are just wriggling towards you. What do you do?
I'm going to pull out, I'm just going to reach down into my pouch. I'm going to pull out a frost vial, and I'm going to chuck it at one of these maggots.
Okay. Chuck away. Just for funsies, I'm going to sink you.
Oh, Jim.
Okay. Well, that takes me down to an 8.
Oh, an 8, you say?
An 8.
That is a miss. Your frost vial just shatters against some trash.
Terrible. Not ready. It was the buzzing of the fly and it blotting out the sun. It got in my eye like really bad.
Yes,
really bad, and it threw off my aim. And I'm gonna back up like 20 feet.
Okay, you back away, realizing that you don't want to be anywhere near these maggots when they get to go. And it's a good thing you did, because that is the moment that they just like hunch forward to strike. And since you're not there, they can't hunch forward to strike at you. So instead, one of them will strike at Kanshaka. Oh, and I am going to use my edge to give myself a little bonus on this attack.
Yeah.
So Kanshaka, this thing comes at you with clicking mandibles. Oh my gosh, you guys.
Oh,
I don't want anybody.
stop.
I wish we had even if we had dice cams, it wouldn't matter because I don't use dice cams, but that is a second natural 20.
Stop.
I knew I should have synced you. I should have synced you.
I like
And
that
I
it's not
cannot
on me
wait.
this week.
As this thing just chomps into your thigh, just gets you with its nasty little mandibles. That is going to be, oh gosh, that hurts. That hurts me to look at how much damage you're going to take. 18 points as it just tears into your thigh, and it holds onto you. It grabs onto you, and you are currently grabbed. While you are grabbed, its next action, let's see, blah, 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 blah. It just gets to continue chewing and does not need to roll another attack. So it just deals automatic damage as it gnaws on you. However, you get a basic reflex save. So as it begins to gnaw at you, you try to struggle to avoid its gnashing mandibles and make a reflex save for me.
That is a 15.
15, that is a failure. You take an additional...
I'm going to re-roll.
Okay.
Shut your face, Jim. That's much better. That is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20 is a success, so you are going to take half damage, and it's a good thing that you succeeded because you still take, at half, 4 points of damage. So the full amount would have hurt a lot.
Curse words. Terms of service. Terms of service and curse words. Make your mother cry.
It took one action to get to you, one action to bite you, and then one action to gnaw your flesh. So that is its turn. Another one of these maggots comes in and tries to do the same thing to Peepa.
But I'm throwing up all over it while
as
doing
she's
it.
throwing up all over the place.
No, on the maggot.
On it.
That's why
Throwing, it's trying to like catch it in its mouth because maggots are horrible, disgusting little creatures. And that is going to be armor class 10, which I don't think is going to get you.
No.
So it misses you with its first strike, but it does go ahead and take a second attack. But at a much with all the penalties for its second attack, it definitely isn't going to hit you with that second strike. And the third maggot is going to make its way over to Oopsie.
God, Oopsie.
Oh yes, it just inches its way over to Oopsie and begins chomping down on him.
Roll your critical.
19.
Oh.
19 total.
That hits, of course.
That hits.
Wait,
So
what if it was sunk, Jim?
Oh, you poop.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you sunk it, it would be an 18, which I know is not your AC. So fine.
You're a poop, Jared.
You're a poop, Jared. But I'll go ahead and take my second attack, which is an 11. So that's not going to get you. So it tries to get you, but can't quite seal the deal. Peepa, things have gone horribly wrong, and you feel so nauseous and sick.
I know. I need to throw
What do you
up.
do?
I'm going to try and throw up.
Okay, make a save against the effect.
What do I add? I'm sorry, my...
It's a fortitude save. It's just an additional fortitude save.
16 plus 6.
22.
22 is a success. You managed to just like vomit all over your feet. But you feel a lot better now. And you can, that was one action. So you still have 2 actions left.
Great. Can I take my rapier out, or do I need to take a 5-foot step? Do I have to take a 5-foot step in Pathfinder too?
Yeah, you do not. Drawing a weapon never provokes an attack of opportunity. I don't know where people got that in their heads, but drawing a weapon never provokes an attack of opportunity. It does not provoke.
So second action, I take my rapier out. And third action, can I try and stab it?
You can try.
But...
yeah, you could try it.
Literally leaning.
Yeah, that's really weird. It landed, and one of the edges of the D20 was like pointed straight up in the middle of her dice box.
No, I got an 11.
An 11 isn't going to do it. It's not that far off, though. You can see these things aren't very fast or particularly armored, so you almost hit, but it still isn't quite good enough to do the deed. Oopsie, it is now your turn.
Oopsie will draw short sword, draw shield, and swing with short sword.
All right.
Short sword swing and is 23.
Nice.
Oh,
Michael
23 is a critical hit.
Yes.
Well done, Oopsie. You just
Get it,
slice
Oopsie.
this thing down as hard as you can.
9 damage total.
9 points of damage as you slice into this creature. It has a reaction when it takes damage, and that reaction is to vomit all over the place. This rancid, foul smelling vomit just sprays everywhere. And you need to make a fortitude save.
Oh,
Peepa is part maggot, maybe.
No.
I'm going to add my edge to this.
Uh-huh.
infected.
No.
Fortitude save. Got a math. It's going to be 15. 1-5.
15 is a failure. You are sickened 1.
Oh.
It's unfortunate.
So Peepa vomits, the maggot vomits, and then you vomit all in succession.
It's a domino effect.
That's a lot of vomit.
It is the top of the next round of this disgusting battle, and that mercenary, it is your turn.
I take aim on this awful fly that's flying. Or no, is it right on me still, or is it still
No,
biting?
it is when Khan Shaka came in and tried to stab it, he missed, and the thing just flew up into the air.
Great, this is great because now I have distance. And I raise my heavy crossbow at it and fire 1. 15 on the die.
Make sure you add your second die.
I know. So you say 15 on the die. I'm gonna go again. I'm gonna go with the big one again and try to get a crit here.
Okay.
So I'm gonna. Okay. Ooh. 7. 22. 30.
30 is a critical hit.
Nice.
Dude, Matt Mercenary is. I say it. He rolls hot. I know I'm
He's
probably
lucky. He's a lucky duck.
He's a lucky duck.
The luckiest of ducks.
Or goose. I don't know.
A goose.
Did you say it was a critical?
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's going to be 18 points.
This fly like explodes overhead, and it's dead. It is absolutely dead.
That's great. Because then I just shrug it off, grab another bolt, load, and then so that's action 2, and I'm able to fire on one of these maggots as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna fire.
There's one attacking Peepa. There's one attacking Oopsie, and there's one attacking Khan Shaka.
Yeah. I saw that incredible damage that my very good friend Khan Shaka took. I'm gonna fire on that maggot that's attacking him.
Okay.
That's a 10.
10. Make sure that you add your additional die.
Yeah, so 10 plus 8, 18.
Okay.
I'm gonna go big or go home again. I'm doing it, Jim.
Okay.
I'm gonna go big or go scourge. I'm gonna 12 on the die. Not kidding.
Yeah.
I need a dice cam in here. This is unheard of.
Well, Matt, that makes it a critical hit.
Dude, crit machine. Matt Mercenary crit machine. So that is a 13 damage.
Nice.
13 points of damage, and this thing is still alive, and it has taken damage, so it reacts by vomiting everywhere. And I need Khan Shaka. I need Khan Shaka, and Khan Shaka's right next to you, and it does it in a 5-foot burst. So I'm going to say that Khan Shaka and Matt Mercenary need to make that save.
Oh man! All y'all gonna be
Fortitude?
Fortitude save.
I got away.
Why do you hate me, Jim? 23.
Michael Jordan.
Did you add your second die?
I got 23 as well. I didn't have my second die yet. No, I'm not kidding here. Not making numbers up. I know people. I know, especially if I look in the chat, I'm going to see Flippin' Scott Denuzzo saying that I'm fudging numbers. I roll legit here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm rolling a D12 again to try to get a big time.
I called you friend earlier, so it's okay.
7 on the second die on the D12. So that's another 30 on the 14th.
Another 30. Well, honestly, I'm going to make up some numbers because I'm tired of Matt Mercenary. So I'm going to turn your original D20 roll into a natural 1 using my leftover wild magic from previous times. So now now instead of a critical success,
Jim,
you have failed. You have failed, my friend. With that natural 1, you become sickened 2.
Oh.
And you are frightened 7.
Oh my God.
7?
What does that even mean?
I mean,
So it means you're going to take a -9 penalty to everything that you do.
Oh my gosh.
So
Can you throw up?
I just have to say, Jim, that was very fair and just of you. Thank you, Jim. Thank you for being such a fair and just GM. Because I just come here to play with my friends and have a good time and have fun. And nothing says fun like Frightened 7.
Nothing says fun like Frightened 7.
You know how I feel right now? That's my current mood. Oh boy.
Oh wow. Well, that was a pretty good wild magic, if I do say so myself. Thanks, Sarah BC1, for that. And after Matt Mercenary's turn, it would be the fly's turn, but the fly has exploded, so it is Kanshaka's turn.
Kanshaka is going to do a few things. First thing he's going to do is he's going to cast Heal on himself twice.
Oh, yes.
Hit me for 22 points of damage in 1 round.
Yes. Now, heal, you can use it as 1 action as a touch spell. If you take 2 actions when you cast heal, you get an additional 8 points of healing back. So do you want to do that?
Yes, I will do that.
Okay.
Who's within 30 feet of me, Jim?
Just about everybody is.
So,
except for Rias, who specifically wanted to step back away from the battle. So everybody would get caught in that. However, if you do the 30-foot burst, that's 3 actions, and everybody only gets 1d8 with no extra hit points.
Make sure. If you're healing, the spell has a range of 30 feet. If you're no, just healing myself.
Okay.
I mean, I love you guys, but 22 points of damage.
Yeah.
That's an 8, so I get 16.
Oh, nice. That's you greatly help yourself with that one. And that's a 2-action spell. Cast that in that way, so you still have 1 action left.
I will try to stab it with my long spear.
You stab at the maggot that Matt Mercenary almost destroyed.
24.
24 is a critical hit. Gosh, you guys.
24.
Wow.
6 on the die plus 2, 8. Do I just double that or roll it again?
You roll the damage die twice.
Okay, so 6, 5, 11, 13 points of damage.
And this thing just, you skewer it on the end of your spear and it wriggles around wildly. And then in doing so, you basically create this furrow in its body and it just slides in 2 pieces off the spear. It is dead.
And shoves the maggot off his spear because bugs are not bears. Bugs are not bears.
Bugs are not bears. It does look like Scott Denuzzo feels bad for Eric, who is now frightened 7, and has given Eric another reroll. So you got another hero point.
Oh man, Scott Denuzzo.
Nice.
See your friends again.
Thank you, friend.
My dear friend Eric, who hates me. That's who he gave it to.
No, we have this rapport. We have this what would you call it? I don't know. There's some sort of bromance happening with me and Scott Denuzzo. And it's
oh, interesting.
But it's all in jest. It's all in jest. We're friends. It's just like a funny like this whatever. You get it.
And then it looks like Brian Newmanator is giving $5 for a edge for Oopsie. So Oopsie, you do have an edge
Nice.
to help you out.
Yes.
I believe that was the end of Kanshaka's turn. Good turn, Kanshaka. So Rias, it looks like this battle started out real bad, but your friends are turning it around. What do you do?
Getting better. So Oopsie hit the one. Did you hit yours as well too?
No,
No?
I could not hit mine.
So that one has not been hit. I'm gonna shoot a ray of enfeeblement at the one next to Peepa.
Okie dokie. Ray of Enfeeblement.
So fortitude save on your end.
Fortitude save. I don't think so. Well, maybe I have a good fortitude. 17.
17 is just gonna miss it, Jimbo.
Okay, well then I'll re-roll it since I know I can do a lot better.
Oh,
That was a fairly low roll, so I'll use one of my BBBBB hero points to re-roll.
Make it low.
Nope.
Sink.
That is
Sink.
going to.
Sink.
All right, you're sinking it. So with the sink, that makes it a total of 21.
Ah.
Ah,
Ah.
yes, it is a success. So that one is going to be only enfeebled 1.
Enfeebled
at least you
1.
got it
Yes.
one.
And then I'm gonna pull out my crossbow.
Okay, you get the crossbow out after enfeebling my maggot. So let's go to the maggot's turn. These feeble maggots are going to try to bite Peepa, or the one is.
I'm gonna sink one. Sink you.
I'm gonna sink you.
Thank you,
That
Sarah
is
Busy.
not
Thank you, Sarah.
nice.
Busy.
I'm gonna
That's
sink
not
your
nice.
attack.
I know
Oh
where
man,
you
that
went.
is that's a low roll plus the sink, so that first attack isn't going to do anything. It's going to come in with its second strike at a much and it crags its second strike. It's just thrashing around. It doesn't understand. It's like it can't process being enfeebled. It doesn't understand being affected by magic, and it's just causing it to thrash wildly. Its third attack, which is at a wild minus. It's hopeless. This creature is just lashing out blindly and comes nowhere near connecting with you, Peepa.
Yes. Good.
However, the other one over by Oopsie might do a little bit better. We can hope. So Oopsie, it does. That is a total of 19.
Oh.
Now,
You didn't raise your shield.
I know. Glimpse of Redemption?
Not on yourself.
Yeah, it hits Jim.
Gotcha. All right, so I am going to latch on with my sharp little mandibles. First, you take 10 points of piercing damage. Roll hot on that damage. Ooh, Bubba. And then, instead of having to attack, it grabs onto you with its teeth and just begins to chew. So now I need you to make a basic reflex save, and I'll go ahead and roll damage.
And I am at -1 on this because of the sickened.
That is correct, -1.
Oh, you should throw it up.
Well, I haven't had a turn yet.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Sorry. Throw up anyway.
It's going to be an 18.
18 is a failure. If you weren't sickened, you would have passed. But
Well,
unfortunately, an 18 is a failure.
What if I
You
made
are
it-
going to...
What if I made a 19 with the edge?
Well, now you already know the results, so you can't do that.
Fine. That's fair.
You are going to take 7 more points of damage as it chews. And that was it hit on its first attack. It chewed for its second attack. It can keep chewing. So roll another reflex save.
Does my sickened value
Oh,
change?
no, you are still sickened, man.
So sick in the head.
That is not the same 16 that time.
16, you take an additional 5 points of damage as this thing just bears down on you and chews you like a pickle.
He always taking damage.
Jim went there.
Got him.
Jim had to go there.
Always taking the
Got
damage,
him.
not driving the bears. Oh.
It is Peepa's turn. You see that obviously the creature in front of you is a threat, But Oopsie has a real problem as this maggot is just chewing on his armor, getting into it. You see blood flying everywhere.
You know what?
You
I'll
do.
cast. Sorry, I had to tickle my throat. I'll cast Soothe towards, because it's 30 feet. It's 2 actions. Soothe towards Oopsie.
Okay.
So it's 1d10 plus 4. Oh, sorry, but 4, 5, 6 points of heal.
All right. The wounds that are closed, the wounds that the maggot is making are closing. It's almost like the maggot, though, is just getting extra lunch as it eats the flesh, and then the flesh regrows, and it continues to eat more.
Trying, and then can I stab it with my last action?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Stab away.
Okay. 12 plus 6, 18.
18 is a success.
Yes.
You hit.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, I haven't done this in a long time. Let's see. 1d6. Okay, here we go. 3 points of damage.
3 points of damage on this enfeebled maggot that's already taken some damage before. It takes 3 more points. It's still kicking.
Yeah.
And because it was its turn again, it gets to use its reactions again, which means that it vomits all over the place.
Aren't
I need you to make a fortitude save.
Jim.
Or no, I'm sorry. Actually, my bad. I cannot use that action until I have spent time feeding on a corpse, and I have not done that. So I do not get to use that reaction again. You do not have to make that save.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Would you say that corpse is barely alive?
Don't say it. Don't say that.
I would say that.
Good. Thank you.
After Peepa's turn, it is Oopsie's turn. Oopsie, things are going poorly for you. You are grabbed, which means you can't move, but you can still do anything else that you want to do.
Why Oopsie always dying? Well, I want to spend an action and vomit.
Okay. Make another save against the effect. So, fortitude save.
That is a 24.
Nice.
24 is a success. You basically just vomit all over this maggot that's chewing on you. You are no longer sickened, and that costs you 1 action.
I would like to stab it with the short sword in my hand.
Okay, stab.
Right in the brain base. 17 on the die plus 8.
Good.
Critical hit.
25.
Good.
Yeah.
Every time.
Womp. Another 9 damage.
9 points of damage. You just start cutting into this thing as it's gnawing on you, hoping that you can kill it before it kills you. You do have 1 more action.
Raising my shield wouldn't really do nothing here.
In this circumstance, no. You can see that it's not even really having to attack you at this point, so your shield won't help you.
I'm gonna try and swing again. Might as well.
Sure. Yeah.
At what am I at? I'm at okay. Only a +4 here. I'm gonna use my Bit Boss reroll.
All right.
Because else it would have been a 5.
Ooh.
Ooh,
That's much better. 20 unnatural.
Yep. A natural 20 or unnatural 20 will go ahead and roll damage.
For a total of 4 damage.
All right. You're just in this life and death struggle with this creature, stabbing it over and over as it chews on your flesh, but it is still kicking. It is still going. And we know now to the very scaredest boy's turn at the top of the next round. Nat Mercenary. What do you do?
So there was a question in chat.
Yeah.
Do I just mandatorily run away? At a
No, you do
I
not.
just turn and run tail?
You are not mechanically compelled to run away.
Okay. Well, I am shaking in my ranger boots over here.
Mm-hmm.
I am shaking. How many of these maggots are left?
2. One of them is eating Oopsie alive, and clearly Peepa is not long for this world. It's just so obvious that and it's all because you weren't good enough when you made that save. It's your fault.
Oh,
Jeez, Jim.
I made that mercenary cry.
That's so fair and just of you, Joe. You're just so damn fair and just. Oh God. I shaking, I grab one of my bolts and reload my crossbow and raise it and aim it in Oopsie's direction. Just please hit this maggot. Just kill this maggot. This maggot is barely alive. Just kill this poor maggot. Oh. That's an 18.
Okay.
That's an 18, not minus the 9. So that's actually a 9.
A 9. Okay.
So I have to roll another die.
Yep.
I can roll a 20.
You could.
And try to crit it out.
You could.
Do it.
Or just. I'm rolling a d20.
Okay.
I'm already scared. I'm already scared. I can't get any more scared.
You can't.
God.
But you can.
Oh, I can't. I'm so scared.
Oh God.
Oh.
Oh God. What?
I'm the one he's aiming at.
Okay. It's a 12 on the die.
Okay.
12 plus 9 is not a crit.
No, it is a success though. You still hit. So you still roll damage as normal. However, you will become an additional frightened 12.
What?
Do I run away?
Not technically, but
I feel like I would be compelled. I will never be able to look at a maggot ever again. So that's only a 6.
6 points of damage on the one that's on Oopsie. However, that is enough to kill it.
Yes.
You do slay this creature. But for some reason, that's a very frightening experience. Now, at the end of every round, it is still your turn. You still have 2 actions left.
I have 1 action left because I had to reload.
Oh, okay, that's right. So you have 1 action left.
So I am weeping. I am so terrified, and I am just openly weeping as I reload my crossbow. I'm so scared. I think I soiled my pants as well. I think like a little pee. I think I peed myself a little bit. Just a little bit, but I'm very scared. Like this.
Very scared.
Not a number 2, just a number 1.
Oh,
a little.
Clear. So at the end of your turn, your frightened condition is automatically reduced by 1.
Oh, so it's only 18.
Yeah, you're frightened 18 and sickened 2, which means your next roll is at a negative 20.
What?
Wow.
Oh my God.
That's perfect for our raiders to hear that. We just got raided by Mercs of Mischief.
Oh, yes!
That mercenary's next rolls at a minus 20, guys.
That is
minus 20?
Oh my God.
That is correct. He is at a negative 20 penalty.
Go hide.
That is probably the most fair and just thing I've ever heard in my entire life. I just...
Hey, the people asked for wild magic, and the magic is wild.
My turn's over.
It is Kanshaka's turn. Matt Mercenary is just screaming and wetting himself. but there's only 1 maggot left. And Oopsie doesn't look like he's going to die just yet. So what do you do?
Khan and Barry calmly walk over to Peepa and beginning to mud stomp this maggot.
All right.
First attack. That is a 16.
16 is a hit.
Hey, stomp it.
You strike true.
I roll 2d8 because Barry attacks with me.
Oh, good.
That is 11 on the die plus 2, 13 points of damage.
And you stomp it. That's exactly what happens. You come over and just stab this thing, and as it's skewered on the ground and it's wriggling, Barry just comes over and literally stomps this maggot, and it bursts under his feet.
Oh, gross.
Matt Mercenary is still just screaming in the corner, but the battle is over, and it is time to take our mid-show break.
I think Matt really needs a break.
Matt needs a break, so we're going to be back in just a few minutes. If you are new from the raid, make sure that you stick around. In about 4 or 5 minutes, we'll be back playing the second half of our episode, so stick around. We will see you in just a few minutes. Oh, Bubba, this was a fun one. You guys are. This is wild.
Crazy.
Oh man,
idea.
Wild magic.
that wild magic was in your favor for some.
Hey, DaT fam, we got a quick news update for you. There are incredible things happening on Dragons and Things. I can't even believe we just crossed over 15,000 views on our channel. We have over 1,000 YouTube subscribers for the Dragons and Things YouTube. We have 2,500 followers and almost 300 Twitch subscriptions. And it just doesn't even stop. We've streamed over 650 hours. We have streamed over 650 hours. It's been incredible. I am proud to say that I've been here since the beginning. I can't believe all this stuff is happening. And we just wanted to say thank you. Thank you to DaT fam. Thank you for all of you for being there. This community is the best community online. I can't imagine anyone else out there being better or as good as all of you. You guys, you're liking, subscribing, commenting, hanging out with us, playing games. It just means everything to us. Your support means the world to us. And thank you. Thank you, DaT fam, for doing this, being so incredible and amazing, and making this all happen. And as always, we'll keep striding boldly forth to adventure. That's not my line, though. I don't want to say that line. That's like a Squire Quigley thing. I wouldn't say that. But thank you.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. What's up?
Oh, nothing. It's just someone took the last of the coffee and didn't make any more.
Well, it wasn't me. I don't even drink coffee.
No, I wasn't really blaming you.
Then what?
Well, I was just...
Oh, I get it.
I'm sorry. I didn't even know you were there.
But I'm always there, Matthew. I'm Jesus.
Okay.
Did you not get the memo? The part right here? Thou shalt not take my name in vain?
I actually did not get that.
Maybe we should revisit this part. About lies.
We don't really need to do that. I'm sorry. It won't happen again.
I hope not. You don't hear me running around the office yelling, Matthew Johnson, every time I stub my toe or get a pube caught in my zipper.
What?
Matthew, I'm going to forgive you. It's kind of what I do. But watch yourself, okay?
God damn it.
Yeah. What's up?
Oh, nothing?
Oh my
God damn it.
Stay back in your turn, Dad.
He had his freaking finger out of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I also like how you went right into lens. You're like, lens, wrong.
Yes.
The games we play are the stories we create.
The fortress doors swing open,
Every story is unique.
and the sound of war drums rises.
Sometimes our stories come to us when we least expect them. We need to be ready no matter where inspiration strikes. And sometimes our stories are told over great distances. No matter where your journey leads you or how your story is told. The games we play are the stories we create. Sirenscape can help make yours epic.
Sirenscape is searchable, fast, and customizable from any device with no need to pre-install any sound. Adding epic atmosphere to your game has never been easier.
Hey everybody, welcome to the second half of our Dragons and Things Heroic Endeavors episode. We are having a good time here, all except for Matt Mercenary. He seems to be rather scared. We have a wild Dana walking around, so that's exciting.
Hi, Dana.
It's always a good time. But before we jump back into our adventure, why don't we turn to the chat?
Hi, chat.
Hi,
What
chat.
is
How you guys doing?
Y'all chatting it up out there?
I think we showed our Office Jesus skit that we did a while ago with Crag.
Nice.
And our friend Brian Day. That's one of my favorite things that we did when we were doing all those things.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun. It was
a good time.
Looks like Chad enjoyed it.
Brian says, look at Jared doing his own stunts. Well done, sir.
Yeah. That was completely scripted.
Jared doesn't randomly fall when he's on set. That's a fact. He never just falls over for no reason that anybody can determine. It doesn't happen.
Nope.
That's
never.
True.
Never.
Can I work perception to see if you're lying to our face, Jim?
Yeah, I'm lying. He falls all the time for just no reason. Only when we're on set, he'll just fall over, and we're just like, oh, there goes Jared.
I fell standing in Eric's kitchen. We were just in his kitchen, and I just fell down.
There he goes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you were. Well, in your defense, you were wearing socks, and the floor was a little slippery, and you leaned up against the counter, and you started sliding and fell, but you did just fall down.
Yeah, I did just allow it to happen. So.
Red Rust 308 was saying that was a really fun encounter, and then in doing so, Sarah BC1 gifted a sub to Red Rust.
Nice.
That's cool.
Awesome.
Batman Sarah
Thank you, Red
asks, can healing pickles be a thing?
Jim?
Can healing what?
Healing pickles?
Healing pickles? If you want to brine your pickles in elixirs of life, I would allow you to flavor count those as elixirs of life.
Oh,
Done.
man. Yeah.
Done. Jared, would you like a thing of elixir of life? Because I have one.
Yeah. Next time I go to the store, that's all I'm buying.
Pickles and elixirs of life.
It looks like Brian Newmanator has resubbed for 28 months.
Whoa,
goodness, you've been around for a long time.
Month one person, right? That's the first time, right?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Because we became an affiliate, I think, in May. So that might be an entire
every month.
Might be. Looks like you got cheers from Sarah BC1 and Zangarang Live, and some follows from Minika Flip and Brian _____1. I think it was 4 underscores, but I'm not sure.
Underscourage.
I like that Jennifer has just been cheering just to see the dancing cake there.
Oh, really?
Hey, the dancing cake is a worthy cause.
It's like the best thing ever.
I like that if Adam's on and doing his Bartimus voice, she immediately will leave. But when he's not on, she'll stick around and cheer the whole episode.
Oh, my God.
All right, guys. So as you clean the disgusting ichor from your weapons, you notice that the shifting trash has revealed a chewed up corpse. Apparently, the maggots were feeding before they turned their attention to you. What do you do?
Go
over, check out the corpse.
Does he have a name tag?
He does not have a name tag, shockingly enough.
Am I still frightened?
Well, frightened. So basically,
18?
frightened goes the way of every round. So no, you would not be frightened after like a minute or two of really catching your breath and meditating. You would no longer be frightened.
I feel like I would at that point. I would say, maggots. Why did it have to be maggots? And I throw up too. I would throw up to get rid of the sickened as well. So I would just be there, and that's what I do.
Okay. What about the rest of you?
I would go check out the body.
Yeah.
Checking it out. Tell me what you want to do for checking it out. Just looking it over. Do you want to examine it from a medical perspective? Like, I don't know. What are you doing?
Yes. I want to see if we notice that the maggots were munching on, I want to see if there were any other wounds or something, if I can determine it of how this person died.
Medicine check.
Do I have any specials I can do? Let me see. I got anything?
When Matt Mercenary is done throwing up, I'm going to take one of my leaves off my calf and just kind of like use it as a napkin and dab his face and go, "It's okay. I threw up as well. I hope you're feeling better."
Thank you. I am feeling a little bit better.
So Rias is looking at this body, and he's looking at it, and he notices that it's dead.
Oh, yes.
What'd you roll?
I got a 4.
Yes.
Yes, this person is definitely dead.
Jim, I would like to examine around the body to see how it got here, whether there's footprints or paw prints or tracks.
Sure, that sounds like survival to me.
It does, doesn't it? 26.
Wow.
That's good.
Yeah, you can tell that a group of people have come. Even, you sort of have to move away from the battle a little bit because you guys have shifted so much that it's difficult to tell right there. But as you're looking around further and further out and circling, you can see that probably 4 or 5 people, humanoids, made their way into through this heap of trash sometime in the last day or so, for certain. And one of them is almost certainly the man who is lying down below.
I have a game mechanic question, Jim.
Okay.
Focus points.
Yes.
How long does it take for those to recharge?
10 minutes of inactivity. You take a 10-minute rest, and then you can regain your focus points.
Okay, I'm going to lay on hands on myself and then plop down on a tuffet of trash and wait for 10 minutes. Because I'm still
while you are refocusing, you can't really do anything else, so that it's going to be everybody else is going to be the one sort of examining the area while Oopsie tends to his wounds, which were grievous. So it is certainly a wise use of his actions.
That's good to know that focus points regen after 10 minutes.
Yes, but
I've been holding them off because they're like spell slots.
Yeah, but you have to spend 10 minutes refocusing and not doing other things. So.
Yep.
I look around the area away from the body.
Okay.
Maybe like to see where the fly went or any foot tracks away from the body. Because why would they drag the body here, let the maggots eat it, and that's it? There must be something else going on around here. Probably not. Let's let's use that reroll. Thank you for the reroll. I rolled a 3, so okay, a little better. Just add perception, Jim.
Yeah, if that's what you're looking for.
16.
16. It's a little difficult to tell. Kanshaka is pointing out, helping you out with sort of identifying the tracks and stuff. You can tell there's a lot of blood that you notice, actually, now that you're like sort of sifting in the trash around the corpse. There's a lot of blood spattered about, along with some green paint. You do notice some of that. It does not look like the guy who's lying there, like he's got like his clothes haven't been chewed away, like a lot of stuff's been chewed up. It doesn't look like he was robbed. Like he still has like a belt pouch. He still has like a bracelet on. It doesn't look for particularly valuable, but whoever killed, like they didn't take the things off his body. They just left him here.
Can we examine the actual body to see
Yes,
if they
you can.
took anything out of the body?
You are absolutely able to do that. Matt Mercenary.
Yes, he's dead.
He did it, but he did it very poorly. So somebody can do it well if you'd like.
Oh. What do I add to that? Sorry.
Medicine.
Sorry, Matt. What do I add?
Medicine.
Oh, no, I don't have medicine. Oh, wait, no. 7. Well, no. 7 plus 5 is probably nothing.
Is this one of the, is this one of the doctors? Is this you think this is Dr. Thomas or Stevens or Lamp or Tivum?
I hope it's not Dr. Lamp. Dr. Lamp is my favorite doctor.
This person is wearing like brown robes speckled with green paint. This is not anybody in any kind of like HEI doctors would have worn some kind of identifying mark. And there's nothing like that here.
He is definitely dead. I can tell you that much.
Yes.
Khan's actually going to go back to the supplies that we found.
Yeah.
And try to salvage them, make sure that.
Sure. It looks like they weren't. They were put here. You don't find a whole lot that's particularly useful. It would be useful if you were able to reestablish the field hospital, because a lot of the very diluted samples of the yellow musk pollen that are used to inoculate people against its effects. So in that regard, it's useful, but it's not like a bunch of anti-plagues or healing serums or anything like that. So you can certainly salvage the supplies, and it would be good for the community to do that.
Khan's all about the community.
Yeah.
I think I've regained my wits about me. Mm-hmm. Can I look around and try to see if I could figure out with my keen ranger senses what exactly happened here? If I'm able to pick out any extra clues or anything that now is this wild magic gone?
No.
Saves the whole game.
No, you're subject to that for the rest of the day, my friend.
No.
Yeah, let's look around. Can I do that and see? Have we concluded what has happened here, or can I look around?
Yeah, no, there's still a mystery as to what has happened. Rias keeps insisting that this man is dead, but you don't get the feeling that he's really determined anything useful. There's also Khan Shaka has determined that people came in, so like there's tracks. Like this is apparently these people came in here. It doesn't look like they were dragged out or dragged in.
So I'm not taking any penalties anymore, though.
No, currently there are no penalties.
Okay. So right now I have a 27.
Woo! 27 what?
27 perception to investigate further. Is that okay, or should I do survival?
Nope, that is totally fine.
And now I need to roll my other die, though.
You do need to roll a different die.
Roll a d20. Make it really crazy.
Oh, God, I'm not going to roll a 20. Would I be able to use hero point to re-roll that second die, or is it only for this first die?
The second die is you can only re-roll the original roll.
Okay. I am gonna do a 12 though.
Okay.
And hope for something big. So
okay.
Oh my God, this is so scary. Oh, 10.
Okay. Yeah, that is a critical success. You are noting that the brown robes that he's wearing have been sort of ripped up as the maggot was eating away at his flesh. And you catch sight, like the left side of his chest has what has to be a deliberate scar. It is a star pattern scar. It looks very old, but it is very clearly deliberate. And while the rest of him has been sort of eaten away, it may serve as some kind of identifying mark. If you have society, or if anybody that you point this out to has society, you can make a society check.
Yes.
Speaking of society, guys, DeWalt Stone Rage donated $28 to give Oopsie, Pippa, and Rias sinks and Crag and Con.
Wow.
Very cool.
I tried society and community. I tried to make it a thing. I don't know.
You did it. Success.
Well, and then BBBB from Zangarang going to Oopsie because he tricked her into saying his name.
Yes.
Nice.
I was focusing.
Fair.
Focusing and the opportunity arose.
Everybody, try not to look at the horrific bite marks from the
dead body.
On the dead body from the maggots. Do you see? Is this isn't from the maggots? There's some sort of strange scar on this body. Take a look at this.
Dirty 20 on society.
Dirty 20 on society. You know that while HEI is a company that hires licensed heroes to go out into the world and do jobs that other people can't do, not everybody lives up to the HEI standard. Or not everybody likes to do things above board, or not everybody likes to work for other people. There are freelancers. It is a crime to be a freelance mercenary in Thaspir. However, that doesn't totally stop people from doing it, and they identify themselves often with a star-shaped scar. You happen to know it's a well-known fact, a sort of an open secret, that there is a bar on Freewind Street called the Randy Goat, where a lot of these mercenaries will hang out looking for work.
I would tell this to everyone and definitely insist we should probably head to the Randy Goat at some point. There's no other clues here in the trash piles. Could give us some more information if we so desire.
Yeah, just give Oopsie another couple minutes.
Yes, can Oopsie drink a potion while he's getting that point back, or does he?
I think technically no, but I'm not. I mean, at the end of the day, it'll be really semantics because nothing else is like here to kill you. So if he drinks the potion at 10 minutes and 1 second, it'll still have the same thing unless there's.
Khan is actually going to kind of like whisper something in Barry's ear.
Okay.
And Barry is going to like slowly walk over to Oopsie and like nuzzle his butt and try to like slide him onto his shoulders.
You're to ride the bear.
Oopsie, drive bear. Oopsie, driving bear.
Yes. Oopsie is driving bear. Bear's not just walking with Oopsie on him. No.
So Oopsie finishes his meditations, and you guys determine that you have at least a lead to go on. Perhaps this tavern is a place you can go and find some more information about who this person was and what they might have been doing. As you are leaving the midden heap, Oopsie has the Barry's ears firmly, one in each hand, and he is just like yanking the ears around, trying to drive the bear. And Barry, being a very well-behaved and trained animal, is tolerating this to the best of his ability as he gets driven out into the streets of Cavalosia.
Oopsie, do sweet jumps.
be careful with Barry's ears. They only have two.
McCree's shaking his head. Stogie almost burnt out.
He looks at Mercenary and says, "That's why you're not at breakfast."
We're headed to the biker bar. I mean, the bar.
Yeah.
The Randy Donkey. What was it called?
No, the Randy Goat.
Randy Goat.
Randy Goat. Now, this wild magic is great. I really like this wild magic.
I can hear the sincerity in your voice.
Yeah, it's so good. This is so good. So I do have natural medicine, which could aid in healing all of us because we're pretty torn up. Okay. I got pretty torn up. Mm-hmm. Now,
okay.
This is one of those situations where I'm going to get scared to try to heal myself. Is that what's happening here? There's just this inner dread now, this fear of maggots. Just like, it's just, I close my eyes and I just see maggots. This is awful. Could I try to gather everyone up and say, hey, I should try to heal you? Do we have time?
So making a check to treat wounds is a 10-minute process, and it applies for each person individually. So if you guys want to take that time, you can find a safe spot and start going through that.
Yeah.
However, obviously, every time you make that check, you will have to roll the 2 dice, and maybe you'll critically succeed. Now, if you critically succeed, you roll double the amount of healing dice. So, I mean, that's really good. It could be fantastic for everybody.
Matt, can I say something? It seems like you're quite scared. How about I help you out a little bit? And I hand him and then also Oopsie elixirs of life. Here, this hopefully will help you a little bit. Best that I can do.
Not pickle, but thank you.
Oh, not pickles. I will go with you, though, Oopsie, and help you brine your pickles with the elixirs of life.
What's, I forget, is that a
D6 plus 1, I believe.
D6 plus 1.
You got a
4.
1?
Okay, hey, that's good.
That's good.
Oopsie,
that's the average.
I just feel like if I...
So what has happened is that Eric Radic in real life is frightened 10 against rolling dice.
Do we... How is everyone feeling? Do you think we have enough time? Are these doctors' lives in immediate danger? Are they in great danger? Because we could take time here and try to heal up a little bit. I could do the best I can with some natural medicine to try to help us.
Honestly, if you're feeling very terrified of that, maybe if we walk to find more clues, you will feel more comfortable with it.
Who's feeling terrified?
You're shaking in your boots.
You're shaking in your boots.
I don't wear boots.
Oopsie feel okay now.
Eric, does a 25 be your AC?
Yeah.
Con hugs you.
Roll to hug.
And just like gently pat your shoulder. It's okay, buddy. It'll be okay. I hate maggots too. They're not bears. I know. I know. But we have to go save them. We have to go save the doctors. We have to make sure. And we're going to be heroes. We're going to be big heroes, guys.
We're heroes.
We're going to be heroes.
We're very good heroes.
We're very good heroes. We have a half person on my bear. You got a bear at the stogie. It's going to be great. It's going to be a good day.
That cured the wild magic. I'm healed.
No, it didn't. But I will say it's fun that the fans have worked together to just utterly break Eric Radic. Wild magic. The fans have come together to break my players.
This is good. So I think I'm ready. I think I feel better. I think I feel better.
There you go, buddy.
Thank you, Con.
Very eloquent with his words.
Thank you, Con. Thank you, Con. Thank you, Rias.
Welcome.
Anytime.
Let's find these doctors.
When you first started going, I saw some of those shots. Those were primo shots, my friend. Primo shots. Just gotta remember to do that. Just keep that. Got that. Just do that, and everything will be fine.
You are walking through the streets of Cavalosia, and you finally come within sight, at the end of your discussion, in sight of a seedy little tavern known as the Randy Goat. You walk inside, and it is filled with the rank odor of heavy tobacco smoke and alcohol. There are maybe half a dozen tough-looking people scattered about, most of whom give you a dismissive look as you enter. You know that HEI isn't welcome here, but you feel like if you play it cool, you can avoid trouble. None of the regulars here would be dumb enough to invite the intention that comes after trouble. At least that's what you hope. What do? You can see that behind the bar is a halfling woman with an eye patch, who is sort of just wiping the counter. She gives you a look, but doesn't really say anything. Nobody says anything to you. There's this sort of this long silence as you are looking around. What do you do?
Oopsie walks up to the bar, looks at the halfling in the eye, and says, Pickle in a pint, please.
This ain't Stay Hill Village. We ain't got no pickles, but we got pints.
I don't understand. Just pint then, and I'll reach in my own and pull out my own pickle.
She's got this heavy wooden mug that she slams down on the table with some warm ale in it. What?
I take the pickle and I poke my finger through it, and then I use the pickle as a straw.
Okay.
Goblin finger.
She's just like shaking her head at you. What do you want in here, huh?
Wanted pickles, don't have pickles.
Yeah, but I mean, you and all your friends, huh? What are you doing here? This ain't your joint. So what's going on? Trying to cause some kind of trouble?
No, oopsie, hero, oopsie, save trouble.
Yeah, you're real heroes. Okay, great.
On a turn to Rias and go, she don't think we heroes.
What? I was just told earlier today that we are heroes, and
I don't know how to play high wisdom, low intelligence. Garbage charisma. Never mind. Khan plays with his bear.
I will have you know, good lady, that we are heroes, and we are just here for some information. And I slide. What's a good amount in this economy? 4 silver pieces across the bar.
Okay.
And we're here for some
information about what?
Do you know anything about a star scar? A scar, a scar in the shape of a star.
Yeah, sure. Some people have them. It's all the rage.
Oh, it's raging.
What does that mean? And what are they doing? And where can we find them? Where could I get a star scar? Is it
you guys?
Is it a star scar or a scar star? A scar star.
Star scar? You guys are the lousiest bunch of liars I ever saw. You know darn well what the star scars mean, and you know darn well you ain't here to get one. What is it that you're really looking for?
We're looking for the group that attacked the medical supplies in the tent. We found a body over at the trash heap.
Trash heap?
Yes.
Garbage.
Total
garbage. Maggots. Huge maggots. Like goat-sized maggots.
At this point, I will have Matt Mercenary roll a diplomacy check. And you gave her 4 silver pieces, so you get to add an additional +4 bonus to your roll.
Okay. Ooh, doggy. You got me sweating here with these rolls, Jim. Okay. 15 plus 5 is 20. Plus 4 is 24. That's I believe that's a Matt Bakerfield or Bakerfold or whatever the heck that guy's name is.
Bakerfield.
I'm a glutton for punishment, so I'm going to roll a 12 because that's been going really well for me.
Don't jinx it.
Oh, 6. So 30.
30? That, my friend, that's a critical success.
Nice.
She's looking at all of you and she says, look, if it'll get you out of here faster, I'll tell you anything you want to know. As far as who attacked the field hospital, I couldn't tell you. But I will tell you that one of the boys in here got hired a couple of nights ago. Somebody came in here looking for muscle. That corpse, that might be one of my guys. I don't know what their arrangement was, but I do know that that guy was paid a lot of coin in advance because he was in a real good mood for the rest of the night. He's buying drinks for everybody. He got in a big fight with Dobbs over there towards the end of the night, but then he ended up in Misha's room when it was all over. As far as what his job was and what he was doing after that, or whether he was involved in this whole hospital attack, I don't know. But that's the only people that have been hired with the scars, as you say, over the last couple of days.
Do you know where we can find him?
Find who?
The
sounds
guy
like
with the muscles.
The guy with the muscles. That sounds like you're telling me he's dead in the mid-heat. I'm telling you, he got hired by somebody a couple of nights ago. I don't know who it was that hired him. I can tell you that before he left, he got in a big fight with Dobbs, and then he was up in Misha's room, you know.
Which one's Misha?
Which one's what?
Which one's Misha?
She's got a room upstairs.
Okay. I hop off the stool and I just start going upstairs.
Okay.
Wait.
You hop off the stool and go up the stairs. Is anybody else going with him, or is anybody else?
Yeah. No,
I'm going to ask who Dobbs is. Is Dobbs in here?
She like thumbs. There's a guy sitting over in the corner. That guy over there. He's bald and he's got all these like pocket scars on his head. That's Dobbs. But if you're gonna go talk to him,
I'm following Oopsie. You know, he doesn't believe we're friends, but I'm gonna prove him wrong. And I give a little to McCree, and he follows.
Okay.
Follows along.
I will head over with Khan Shaka.
All right, so I got Khan Shaka and Rias over talking to Dobbs. I've got Oopsie and Matt Mercenary going upstairs to talk to Misha.
Yes.
And it's Peepa. Where are you going?
I was saying I was going to follow Oopsie as well.
Okay, so the three of you, we will deal with upstairs first. You guys, there are only 2 rooms upstairs, and Oopsie just walks into the first one that he sees, and sure enough, you see a woman sitting on the edge of the bed. She didn't seem to be expecting anybody. It looks like she's like darning some socks, and she looks up all of a sudden. She's like, oh, whoa. She sees all 3 of you there, and she's like, whoa. I don't usually do group work, so if you better have a lot of money to come barging in, expecting all 3 of you.
Or there's a bear.
There's a bear.
And the bear stays outside.
No, we don't require that service. But thank you. We're actually here to ask you a couple of questions, if you don't mind.
Well, I do mind, so if you're not here for those services and you've got questions, I'd prefer it if you just pissed off.
Not very nice.
Well, what if we tell you if you don't help us, we may have to bring you to jail because you know something that we should know.
You can roll an intimidation check. But she was being cute about it, right?
It was adorable. It was the most
I was being adorable
threat.
about it. 9.
9. You were being adorable. I'm just like, listen, honey, I don't think so.
I just look up at Matt Mercenary. I'm like, your turn.
What would 5 silver get us?
Well, 5 silver might buy a little bit of my time, and how you use my time is up to you, really.
I give her the 5. Yeah.
Sure. She tucks the coins away.
5 silver.
Sits back on the bed and says, "Okay, so now you've got me for a little bit. What do you want?"
Why are we here? Why are we here again?
What are we doing?
He's so scared.
What's happening?
We're man you were with yesterday. He's dead now.
Yes, the muscle guy, the big muscle guy with the
scar.
Well, lots of the guys downstairs have stars. You corporate types are so clueless.
I just want to know who hired him.
I think I might know who you're talking about. The only person that I was with last night was Marin. I remember him, not because he was memorable, but because he usually couldn't afford my time. But then all of a sudden he comes barging through my door, not unlike the three of you, with a song and coins spilling out of his pockets. And he was always a sourpuss and very broke. And much of a sourpuss about being broke. So I had never seen him like that before. He kept calling me his green lady. I didn't think too much of it. I let the clients call me whatever they like while I'm on their time. But he kept telling me he was going to save some green paint and make me his green lady. I don't know. I've gotten strange requests in my time, so I mostly ignore it. And he was incredibly drunk at the time.
Oh.
Who? Did him say where he get monies?
He says that he had recently gotten a job and he had, what was it? I'm having a tough time recalling where he said he had a meeting.
I'll offer her up a pickle. Does help?
No, I'll hand her 4 silver.
Oh, I have it now. It was the Silk Sleeve Shirt Factory in Lowtown. That's where he had his meeting. Yep, I remember now.
Oh. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to write this down. Have you so you've only dealt with him once?
Again, he usually couldn't afford my time.
Oh, that's right. You're very expensive.
Whatever job he got, whatever meeting he was off to, they paid in advance and they paid well.
Okay. Well,
That's neat. That's all I had.
Yeah. Thank you for your time. I can't say it was well worth it, but appreciate your help.
I just rest the pickle on the edge of the bed. Enjoy this. Goodbye.
Is that the straw pickle?
No, this is a regular pickle.
Downstairs, Kanshaka and Rias, you sidle up to a table with this guy with a bunch of scars on his head. He sort of looks up at you. You lost, little lapdogs? This isn't a place for you little corporate heroes.
First, hi, my name is Kanshaka. I'm from the Shaka Khan, and this is my friend Reese, and this is Barry. It is nice to meet you, sir. And he reaches out to shake his hand.
He looks at your hand. He's like, I don't care.
Very good. Anyway, well, sir, we don't want to take too much of your time, but unfortunately, there was a gentleman here about a couple days ago who was drinking and seemed to have been spending a lot of money to excess that is outside of his normal means. I was wondering if you knew who this gentleman was, and by any chance, did you hear how he may have gotten this money?
You're probably talking about Marin.
Okay.
I don't know who he hired with. I tried to get him to cut me in, but the stingy bastard wouldn't have it. So I don't know who hired him, and I don't know what he was doing, as much as I would have liked to.
Yes, but then what did the two of you fight about?
I fought him because I wanted him to cut me in, and he was being a mouthy bastard about it. So I punched him in the jaw, and then he punched me back, and we had a fight. That's how it goes, you know? What? Is he in trouble? Did he get the job go south? I knew he should have let me in. I wouldn't have let anything bad happen. He didn't have anybody watching his back.
Wait, how do you know that's... so you know something bad happened to him, yes?
I know that if you're here, you lapdogs are here asking questions, then you know about whatever he was doing, which means it went south.
We don't quite know what he was doing. We're trying to look into that.
But I will tell you, it went quite south, sir. It might be a good thing that you wasn't there, because you'd probably be dead as well.
Yeah, he's dead? That serves him right.
Oh.
I always thought the ingrates seemed to work together. Maybe there might be some animosity, but you wouldn't have been friends at the end. But it seems as if that is not correct. But anyway, is there anything else he might have told you, like where he got it from, who he talks to, or maybe his next place? Even in the fight, you might have gotten some information.
All I know is that he was talking to some pipsqueak it looked like some kind of fancy guy, but not, because he had all these fancy clothes on, but they was all ratty and dirty, and it looked like maybe some kind of peasant playing at a lord. And then, but sure enough, he comes away from the meeting with all these coins and all proud of this job that he got, and he's all hush hush. He won't tell me who he's working for. The only thing that I know is that he went to some old sweatshop in Lowtown. Place has been abandoned for years, but I guess that's what they was using as their little base.
And what would the place be?
I don't know. It's some kind of like dirty sleeves or something. Again, it's defunct.
Oh, that's all my questions. Reese, do you have any more?
I don't believe so. I want to judge this guy. Can I a deception check on him just to see?
Deception for what purpose?
Just to see if, because he keeps saying that's all the info he has, just to see if he's hiding.
Okay, so that would be perception.
To me. Okay.
Perception.
So can I use lie to me? I actually be able to use my deception DC.
Oh, okay, yeah. If you have the ability to do that, then sure, yeah.
Yes. Cool. That's going to be an 18.
Yeah, you don't get the sense that he has a whole lot of else that's useful for you at that point. He doesn't seem at all disturbed that Marion is dead. And he doesn't seem to be all that interested in talking to you, but he doesn't seem like he's been lying or withholding anything.
This hasn't been much of a pleasure. Enjoy whatever it is you were doing. Hopefully you won't be the one on the field next time.
Khan pulls out a gold piece and gives it to the gentleman. By the way, being an actual hero is not that bad. We don't have to deal with like fighting people on the streets, and we also actually take a shower, sir. So you might want to go register up under Heroes and Endeavors people. But anyway, have a good day. My name is Kanchaka. If you have any questions, please let them know I referred you, because then they give me extra food. Have a good day.
He seems rather confused at the litany of barely disguised insults, but also the gold coin. I guess he decides better of it and just slips the coin into his pocket. And doesn't really say anything else as you move away. At that point, Oopsie, Peepa, and Matt Mercenary come tromping down the stairs, and you reconvene. What do you do?
Guys, we just spoke to an angry lady of the night, and I think we have a lead. I think there's a guy. The guy that's dead, his name was Marin, and he met up with someone at the silk sleeve shirt factory in Lowtown. That's what we got. It cost us a lot of silver, like a lot. It was like 9 silver to get this information out of this woman. Like, she was not nice.
Unfortunately, we got almost the same information for nothing.
Not for nothing. I gave him gold, but he seemed like he needed it.
You paid him?
He needs it more than I do.
These lowlives don't need anything from us.
Lowlives are only low because they have nothing to keep them up.
Too bad for them.
There.
Yes, apparently he was talking to the gentleman we talked to. They were talking, seemed like he was kind of a highborn merchant. But yes, saying that he was at the same location, apparently, that you all discovered.
Do you think we should head there, or?
I mean, it's our own lead.
Does anybody have society?
Yes.
Anybody who has society anybody who's trained in society can make a check if you would like.
That's dragons and things on the die, so a 24.
24.
Nice. Do it every time.
At Bakerfield.
That's a Matt.
Bakerfold.
When they mention the name of the place, the Silk Sleeve Shirt Factory, and you are thinking about the description of the man that Marin was talking to and got the job from. It occurs to you that the man who was talking to, who hired Marin, may very well be the man who once owned this sweatshop. There was a nobleman, and you don't recall the name, but you remember there was something. It was sort of a bit of a public scandal. There was some kind of a deal. There were some rather there was a rather shady merchant deal of some kind involving one of the merchant houses, and the noble house was actually bankrupted when they lost the factory, and their business partner pulled out. And like, you don't have a whole lot of details beyond that, but you just remember, like, it was sort of like in the news. You remember a story about this place. When it went under, there was some kind of really bitter, shady scandal about it when it went out of business. And you don't quite remember much else beyond that.
I would relay that to everyone. And what a scandal it was. I don't remember most of the details. But it would make sense for someone such as that having meetings at a location that he did once have.
Oh yeah. One thing, forget. The dead guy, wanted to paint lady upstairs green. Maybe that's green. Yeah, the paint that we saw and paint on her.
And he kept calling her the Green Lady.
Yeah.
So so the Green Lady's just a phony then?
Well, we don't know.
Well, he could be drunk and saw a different lady and thought it was her. Or he wanted her to be the lady.
Yeah, he might just have a dryad fetish.
Let's go get shirts.
Okay.
Team shirts.
Team shirts.
Silk team shirts.
Silky team shirts.
No, thank you. I mean,
silky sleeved team shirts with bears on them. What do you say? Con?
Silky sleeve team shirt.
Maybe little bear right here on the lapel.
Then that way we will know if we are HEI. We have bears on the lapel instead of stars.
Bears and pickles.
We start heading
We start going to Low Town.
This is our conversation as we're walking.
So I really think it should be a bear. It should be a bear smoking a pickle. I think if a bear had a...
What? You brine them.
Of smoking bears.
We're going to have to get that design drawn out so that our next patron shirt can be the bear smoking a pickle. We'll send that to the patrons on the t-shirt tier.
Oh god, I love it so much.
We've got that one, and then we've got the Pops, Pickles, and Pints.
Yes.
Cool.
Pickles.
Two
right.
brand new shirts.
That's right.
And on the back, in very little letters, it says pickle hunting.
Oh no.
Oh, that could be so many things.
You discuss shirt designs as you make your way towards this defunct sweatshop down in Lowtown, and you come within sight of it. This old, dilapidated building is surrounded by a crumbling wall and blocked off by a chained gate. Through the gate, you can see that there's a courtyard with a large, murky fountain, and the factory itself is beyond that. There's a smell of sewage and rot, and the odor of mold is heavy in the air here. This place, by all accounts, looks run down, abandoned, and should probably be condemned. What do you do?
Does it smell like maggots to anybody?
Oh. Just mold.
What time of day?
It's probably just after dinner at this point. You guys have spent most of the morning investigating the site and going and traveling about town. So it's not dark yet, but it's
I want to go stealthy.
Stealthing.
Stealth mode activate.
Sure.
Woo, it's pretty good. 18.
I'll cast message on Oopsie.
Okay. Oopsie, you get up to the gate. You sort of like sidle up near the wall and you're peeking around and you're looking around in there. It looks like the bars of the gate are wide enough that you could probably squeeze through if you rolled an acrobatics check, or if anybody could get through the lock. It looks like the lock, surprisingly enough, the chain that is holding the gate, despite everything else, this chain looks relatively new, and the padlock on it looks to be in good repair. It's not rusty like everything else. Or you could always just try to scale the wall.
I'm gonna whisper to Oopsie and go, "You can talk to me if you need to."
I could squeeze through, or I can try an open lock. I squeeze through, and then I'll try to
acrobatics.
He's squeezing through something.
22.
22, you successfully, it takes you a little bit of wiggling, and you pry your way through, and you are now in the courtyard. It is a badly overgrown space. There is, again, this fountain in the center of it. There are the front doors to the factory itself beyond that. And it does look like the upper eastern corner of the building has collapsed, though if you wanted to gain entries through that collapse in the wall, it does not look like the climb up the building would be easy at all.
Are there windows on any of this ground floor that I can?
A lot of them are shattered, or most of them are higher up. It does look like there's a lot on the ground floor that would provide access.
Okay. Oopsie, have to climb to see in. But you guys come courtyard. It's fine. And then I'll climb up to take a look.
Okay.
At see in.
You begin making your way across the courtyard as you tell your friends to come and join you. And as you pass by the fountain, you hear a bubbling and gurgling sound come from within. And then suddenly the muck in the bottom of the fountain bulges upward. And you realize it is not because something is bursting out of the water, but because the muck itself is alive. And it begins to slurp over the lip of the fountain towards you. And it is time to roll initiative.
Oh, no.
Oh no!
It's
behind.
That's bad. That's real bad.
That's not good.
Question. Can I be afeared by my initiative roll?
No, you cannot be frightened. We'll say that you can roll your initiative freely.
Jim,
it's fair and just. I know.
Fair and just, man.
Am I rolling stealth initiative or perception?
You are, because you were stealthing along.
Nice. 27.
Whoa, Bubba.
Man.
Oopsie is a shockingly stealthy
He disappears.
Yeah, I don't know where that building came from.
He disappears.
19.
19 for Con Shaka.
I have 18.
18 for Peepa.
Minus 10 off of Peepas, and I got an 8.
Okay, Rias is not as quick to react. And
is it a Matt Bakerfield or a Matt Bakerfold?
Bakerfold.
Matt Bakerfold, 24.
24.
That's a thing.
Oopsie, you react first, and you know that you are going so quietly and so stealthily, but for some reason, this creature does not seem to have any trouble making its way towards you. Like, it shouldn't be able to see you, but somehow it knows exactly where you are. What do you do?
Through message, I just say, "Uh-oh." I will pull my sling out.
Okay.
And fire off a bullet from that to see what that do.
Okay.
Well, I've probably missed, though. I'll math it. 13.
13's a hit. This thing is not fast, and it is not difficult to hit.
2 damage from my sling.
Okay. This sling just slurps into this slimy, moldy mass. You can see like bits of fungus like growing up over the top of the mass. It looks like just like this oozy, mucky slime that is making its way towards you. Matt Mercenary, you are next. You can see through the grate. You're still a little ways back as you guys are making your way up to the gate, but you can see that Oopsie has found trouble. What do you do?
Is it big enough grate to fire through?
Yes, but the creature will get some cover from that grate. I would say you have to succeed on a DC 5 flat check to target it because it'll have concealment.
A DC 5 flat check. I mean, that's the quickest thing I could think of doing.
Okay.
I see my very good friend Oopsie in trouble there with some kind of slurpy, burpy mud monster. Quick draw out and fire through the grate.
Okay. DC 5 flat check. The flat check will not trigger your wild magic.
Fair. 17.
Okay, so 17, that passes the flat check. So now roll your attack.
I really wish that was my roll, but that's 16.
16
plus 8, so that's 24.
24.
I'm going to 12 again because why the heck not? Oh, 8.
Okay. That is a critical hit. However, do not roll your extra damage because this creature, you hit it well, but it doesn't seem like it has any weak points to target. So you do not deal extra damage for a critical hit.
That's 7.
7 points of damage. All right, this bolt just slurps into the creature, gets absorbed into the mass. You can tell you are hurting it, but this thing is tough looking.
You have me I'm gaining more gray hair here playing this game today. I reload.
Okay.
I reload and go again. Reload and go again.
Reloads and goes again. DC 5 flat check.
The DC 5 flat check's a 9. Thank God that was.
Okay.
I thought I rolled a 9 on the die.
Okay, so you pass the flat check and you fire successfully.
All right. Okay, that's another 16 on the die.
Okay, minus 5 because it's your second shot of the round.
Oh, curses! I didn't. Yeah. So it's what was it? What was the first one? 24 minus 5, 19. Oh gosh, I almost want to use a reroll on this to get it higher. I have 2 rerolls. I have one from my good friend Scott Denuzzo and one from Jennifer that I haven't.
You do.
Used. I'm gonna reroll it.
All right, let's see if Scott Denuzzo's friendship is true.
Scott Denuzzo's friendship is true. It's another 16 on the die, so it didn't do me anything.
It was exactly the same.
So I'm going to say that was not a great reroll, and that was from Scott Denuzzo. I'm just kidding. God, thank you. Thank you for that reroll. We could have done it. I was feeling really good about it. I'm going to go ahead and still roll that crazy. So 19. I'm going to roll a 12 again.
D12, okay. So 19 plus 5 is 24. That is a critical hit. So again, you still only deal normal damage, but you are not subject to the effects of the wild magic.
Why'd you make me this? And this is all wrong. This should be up. Why'd you make me sweat, Jim?
Because it's fun.
That's only 5 points of damage.
That mercenary shaken. His second shot not as powerful, but still hits, still deals some damage. And after that, it is Khan Shaka's turn.
Khan is going to electric arc this thing. So
okay. Because it is through the gate, you still do need to make a DC 5 flat check to target it. So just roll on the die. You need 5 or you need 6 or better. Sorry, 5 or better.
I rolled a 3.
So you try to target it, but you actually the jolt just and it hits the wall and the grate. So you use the spell and the actions, but the spell just splatters against the gate and does nothing.
Can I try to get through the gate now?
You can get up to the gate with one action, and that would be the rest of your turn.
That will be what I'll do.
Okay, so you try to cast the spell. The gate's in the way. You're not quite as precise as Matt Mercenary, but then you just rush the gate and you are right there. And that will take us to Peepa's turn.
Can I get up to the gate?
Okay, you get up to the gate with one action.
Can I squeeze through the gate?
Squeeze through with an acrobatics check is another action.
You're little.
Let's see. 16?
16, barely. You managed to squeeze your way through with a single action. You are now on the other side of the gate.
And then I'm going to start inspiring courage.
Okay, that'll affect everybody inside and outside the gate because you can still see and hear Peepa. So everybody's going to get that +1 bonus to attack and damage.
Nice.
However, it is now my turn. The first thing this creature is going to do is slurp the way itself out of the fountain, and then it is going to take another action to slurp its way over to Oopsie. It moves really slowly, you notice. So then it gets right up to Oopsie, and it just tries to batter him with this huge mass of itself.
And you sunk, Jim.
I sunk.
Yeah, I sunk. I'm gonna sink you.
Yeah, thank you.
Ooh, yeah. That's pretty bad. It's only a 12.
Yes.
That's really disappointing.
Yay.
It's so disappointing that I've decided to reroll.
Oh, damn it.
Other BBBBB.
Jim, I sink you. No, I can't.
I'll sink you.
All right, fine.
You have 2 sinks.
Mine's twos.
You have 2 sinks.
That's a leaner. I don't know. With the sinks, it's going to be close. Let me add up. That's 22 minus 2, 20.
Oof.
Oof.
Thinking, can I do everything? Yep, that hits. Damn it.
Gotcha. So here it comes. It just slams into you. You take 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
But I was waiting for you to tell me that I'm not dead because it's got some sort of paralytic in it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Roll a fortitude save for me.
You do have to roll a fortitude save. You're just covered in this weird slime and mold and
gross.
I'm going to add my edge onto this.
Okay.
Hey, that's pretty good. 14 plus
Add my
9.
1. Add my 1 because it's to saves as well.
Oh, yeah. So 15 plus 9.
24 will do it. You think you're okay. That was all 3 of its actions because it had to take 2 actions just to get to you because it's a slow boy. So now, Ries, what do you do?
It's looking at the gate. Is there anything that looks like we can easily try to climb over the wall?
You could try to climb over the wall. Yeah, you could squeeze through the gate, climb over the wall, or somehow open the gate if you have any way to do that.
Okay. No, I'm gonna run over to the wall and see if I can scale it, climb up.
Okay. 1 action to get to the wall, and then an athletics check to climb.
Athletics check, which I probably I got a lot. Here we go. Yeet. That's gonna be a 15.
A 15 is unsuccessful. You are trying. Some of the stones shift. The wall itself is very crumbly. You don't fall. It's not a bad failure, but you're unable to gain any purchase in the wall, and you are still on the ground. That was 1 action. You still have 1 action left. You can try again, or
actually, I was going to use my BBBB, Jim, on that.
Oh, you're going to re-roll it?
I'm going to re-roll it, see if I can make it better. Here we go.
Re-roll.
That's going to be 1 better for a 16.
Well, that 1 better was all you needed because you managed to, at the end of your second action, you sort of haul yourself up you're now at the top of the wall.
Excellent. I'm going to pull out. No, I see Matt Mercenary shooting it. It's doing some damage, but not a lot. I'm going to go ahead and just climb down on the other side of the wall.
Okay.
I'll use my final action to get down.
If you're climbing down, make another athletics check.
7.
You fall down and take. You fall down and take 4 points of bludgeoning falling damage as your knees buckle and you collapse under the weight. You were not expecting that. in your haste to get down the wall. And that was your third action. So we're at the top of the next round with Oopsie. You're in trouble. This thing is all up in your business. What do you do?
I'm going to draw my shield.
Okie dokie.
And my short sword.
Okie dokie. What are you doing with your sling?
Dropping it.
Dropping the sling. Okay. So you still do have one action left.
I will try to stab this thing.
Stabby stab.
With my short sword.
+1.
+1. Because I feel so inspired. 13 on the die, 14 it makes from the +1 plus an 8.
Sure.
So,
oh yeah, you got it. It would probably be a critical hit if this thing were subject to critical hits. So
all right.
Roll damage.
For a total of 6 damage.
All right.
Body.
Nice.
Oh, 7 if I'm
Yeah, you still get that. Yeah. Yep. So you just slice a huge chunk of fungus off of this thing and it falls and crumbles into a fine powder at your feet. Feel like that was a good hit, but man, there's just so much of this creature. How can you ever hope to defeat it?
I can't.
Matt Mercenary, it is your action.
I need to reload and fire again.
Okay. You reload. You fire.
I reload. No. I am a fool. I am a fool. One might even call me a crossbow ace hole. Forgetting very important rules that I am a crossbow ace.
Okay.
But not such an ace. Like I said, crossbow ace hole, because I'm forgetting doing all the bad things here, but now I'm remembering. So I reload. That's my prey now. That's hunted prey. Whatever the heck that bubbly, glurpy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hunting that thing. Now I fire as a crossbow ace. That's a 19 on the die.
Wow.
Well, that was a great flat check to target it through the gate. So now you need to roll an attack roll.
That's right. Remember, you get to add my +1.
No, out of oh god, I lost my die. Okay.
Everybody loses dice every week.
Yeah, I know. Okay. I'm doing my Norse Foundry pure copper die here now because I lost my other one. That is an 18 on the die.
I can tell you without even needing you to select another die that you have succeeded on a critical hit. So go ahead and just roll your normal damage.
Thank you, Norse Foundry. Thank you. I'm gonna roll my damage now. And the pucker factor, Jim, is so high here in this game. It's not even cool. 2 damage plus 2 for my crossbow ace.
Okay. Now the only question that I have is that damage precision damage?
You have a deep understanding of the crossbow. When you're wielding crossbow and use hunt prey, you gain a +2 circumstance bonus to the damage roll on your next strike with that crossbow.
Okay. Then it is not precision damage, so it goes through. So that is a total of 4.
Oh shoot! Wait, I increased the damage die of the die for that attack.
Oh.
So that's another rule. I was almost a crossbow ace. You know what? Again, did that go to a 12 then?
Is it normally a D10?
It's a D10 normally.
Yeah, then you would go to a D12.
So can I? May I, sir? May I re-roll?
I will allow it.
No, thank you, Jim. Thank you.
You've been just hamstringing yourself for the entire episode. I'll allow you to get your damage.
I'm having fun now. I'm having fun. So that is 9 on the die +2.
Okay. So that
Plus
is
my 1.
Oh, +1.
I'm singing.
That's right. That's such a great song.
Yeah, it's a good song.
12.
Okay.
Playing your armpit.
So that takes us to a much higher damage count, and this thing is just blasts a chunk out of it. Again, but it is so beefy. There's still so much slime and mold. You feel like you're wearing it down, but it's only a matter of time before it just engulfs Oopsie in its horrible oozy gas.
Why say it like that?
Because it's fun. Shaka.
Okay.
You are up at the gate. You see that Rias has thrown himself over the wall. Oopsie has squeezed through onto the other side. She's singing. What are you going to do?
All right. I'm going to try to get over the wall.
Okie dokie. Athletics.
19.
You succeed. You get to the top of the wall. You're standing up there now. What do you do?
Can I try to identify this thing?
Yes, you can with a nature or occultism check.
Oof. I don't like either. Oh, nature's not terrible. Oh, nature's 8. Yeah, I'll do that. That's a natural 20, making it 28.
Hey.
Well, 28, that is quite a success. Hey. This is a creature known as a slime mold. It is actually a ooze and a fungus that live in symbiotic relationship with each other. It is aggressive, and you know that Oopsie is in a lot of trouble because if it hits him, he could become subject to a horrible disease known as slime rot. And let me tell you, slime rot is very bad. So bad that it can kill you and cause you to become the if you die of slime rot, a new baby slime mold erupts from your body. It's very bad.
Cool.
Jim?
Yes?
Kanshaka is going to try to put 2 and 2 together.
Okay.
I have this vial of anti-plague.
Yes?
Anti-plague fights against the pores and the spores and that stuff.
Oh, yes.
Would this possibly do anything to that?
Oh, yeah, no. Slime rot is a disease, and if you had anti-plague and you had ingested it, it would absolutely give you that bonus to those saves against its slime rot disease.
I'm going to try to toss Oopsie a vial.
God. Oh, God.
Bar.
Roll a ranged attack roll. Basically, just use your unarmed attack and roll it, I guess.
Oh, God.
Actually, you know what? I want to call this one actually an athletics check. That I think makes the most sense. We're trying to lob this thing over.
It's the same plus, but I appreciate it.
You have an edge. You have an edge.
I'm going to use the edge.
All right, athletics this thing.
Oh boy.
That is an 11 with athletics 17, with the edge 18.
And she's singing?
I'm singing.
Oh, 19.
I'm singing.
No,
yeah. It's not attack, though. It's not attack or damage. No, can't do it.
Oh, poop.
No. I will say that is a success. You get it to where you want it to go. The question is, can Oopsie catch it? Oopsie. Kanshaka lobs this vial across, just hucks it from on top of the wall all the way over to you. To catch it, you need to make we'll call it athletics too. Trying to catch something thrown from far away. That's an athletic activity.
All right.
Oopsie, you have rerolls.
I have 2 rerolls.
Ooh, okay, good.
I feel like the end of every football movie ever right now. Athletics. Let's use that first reroll. Cragged that one.
Oh, no.
Let's try again. Cragged it again.
Oh no! What are you doing?
Oh my God.
I'm going to use this last reroll, y'all. Maybe Oopsie just wasn't meant to be.
No.
Better. Unnatural 20.
That is a success.
Yes.
This thing comes arcing through the air. You reach up with your little goblin hand and catch the vial in midair. You now have that. Well, you would have to drop your sword or shield to do that. So, which one would you like to drop?
I'll drop the shield.
You drop the shield. So you drop the shield, catch the vial. That is good enough for me. Kanshak, I believe that was all 3 of your actions. So Peepa, what are you gonna do?
Is there garbage around that I can throw?
Yeah, there's lots of like crumbled bricks and rocks and stuff. Yeah.
Give me a nice big brick, and I'm going to throw it with a 14 plus 8.
That'll hit.
Yes. Okay. Let's see. Maximum damage 6 plus 4. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Nice.
Ooh, nice.
Excellent.
And then that's 2 actions, so I'll start singing again. Oh, I forgot my plus 1! 6. Wait, what was it? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11 points.
Okay.
I forgot that I get to.
See, on everybody else's turn, you've been remember my bonus, remember my bonus. Your turn, and you forget your own bonus.
Because it's weird that I'm inspiring myself, but yes. And I inspire again since I have one last action.
Okay. Everybody's going to get those bonuses again for another round.
Yes.
Yay!
Yay, Pippa.
And it is my turn now. So I am going to do my best to infect Oopsie with a horrible disease.
Oh no.
Here comes attack number 1, Oopsie.
Dodge. I dip.
Oh, yeah, you do dodge pretty well. That is a 4 on the die. There's no way it's going to hit you. It is going to try again, because why not? If I didn't have the stupid second attack penalties, I probably would have got you. But with a 16 total, it's not going to make a difference. I'll go crit hunting with a third one, because I did do some good crits earlier. Maybe my luck will hold out. Again.
Yes.
11. So it's just trying to get at you, but it moves so slow and mindlessly, and you're able to sort of predict its motions and easily dodge out of the way as it lashes at you. So after that, we go to Rias.
Excellent. So about how I got to the other side of the wall, about how far away is Oopsie and this creature from?
Sure. I mean, 30 feet.
About 30 feet? Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm going to hold my hand up in 2 actions. Just little black lightning bolts firing forward, and I'm going to cast Harm on this thing. 2 actions for a range of 30 feet.
Okay. I believe I get a fortitude save.
For that one, yes, basic fortitude.
All right, that is a total of 16. It has really good fortitude save, but I rolled crappy.
It's not going to do it, though.
Yes.
And to hit, that's going to be a 23 to hit you with that.
Oh, yeah.
Jordan!
Definitely.
Don't forget my +1.
So a 24 to hit that thing.
You extra hit it.
I extra hit it. So it is going to get hit with 6 points of negative energy.
Plus my 1.
Yeah.
Important.
No, that's right. 6 points. Yeah, I added that one. 6 points of negative energy.
Yes.
All right. Again, this thing, like just a whole chunk of its mass just like grows necrotic and shrivels up and melts away. But this thing is somehow still going. These things are so tough.
I am going to. Oh no! Wait, I don't think I can actually do that. I'm going to move up. About 15 feet. So
okay,
about half
so
the distance between the two of us.
You move closer to the fight. Oopsie! Top of the next round. You've got a vial in your hand. Your shield's on the ground. What do you do?
Well, first, Jim, I have a question about the Champion's Edge.
Okay.
What the trigger on that is when I roll a d20?
It's when you roll a d20. You have to have the affixed weapon. The weapon that it's affixed to has to be equipped. So if it's affixed to your short sword,
no, it's on my glaive. Damn it.
Okay, then you'd have to switch weapons to do that.
Nope. I'm gonna drink this vial.
Okay,
because I assume that's why it was thrown to me.
Yep, you are going to get a +2 bonus against any diseases for the next 24 hours.
Only for you.
And then I will take 2 swings at this thing with my short sword. No,
okay, swing away.
I'll start with 1. Ooh, it's 19 on the die.
Nice.
Oh yeah, you're going to get him for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Nice. Roll damage.
3, 4.
3 points of damage. Okay, 4 points of damage.
And then bits and pieces are just like flopping off of it, right?
Oh yeah. You're just like slicing it apart.
If it was 100 size to start, what size does it look now?
Do you want to take an action to try to determine its current health?
No, I want to swing my sword again.
All right, so go ahead and swing again.
Maybe, probably not. 12.
Add +1.
That hits. This thing is slow and easy to hit. 13 is hit.
5 damage.
Add +1.
5. Guys, did you account for the +1?
Yeah, I counted it.
Yeah,
do not forget about it.
The most important 1 damage.
She's so inspired. That damage has been like the difference, though.
It has been the difference.
hit
It has been the
stuff.
difference. This thing just like loses all of its mass and form as you stab and hack at it. And all of the fungus at the top of it that's like growing on top of it just like falls away and shrivels up. The whole of the beast just sort of slumps down and forms this weird, foul-smelling pool of sludge at your feet, and it is destroyed.
Yes.
Oopsie, not like that.
You've done it, leaving you all in the courtyard, sort of exhausted but safe. You have managed to fend off this slime mold. What do you do?
I look for footprints to see if there's been traffic in the area.
Okay, make a survival check.
I want to point out the second story crumbled to everybody.
Dirty 20.
320. It does look like, indeed, not only are you able to find that there has been a lot of in and out movement through this area over the last couple of days, but as Oopsie is pointing out that there is an opening in the upper floor, you are actually able to notice that whoever is using this place so frequently has concealed a ladder in the tall grass. And it looks like the wall itself would be very difficult to climb, but the ladder might just be enough to make that an easy way up.
Oopsie!
So did we all climb the wall to get in there? Did we break the open the
had
lock?
you actually gone through the gate at all?
None of us. Only
I have.
Oh,
Yeah, a lot of other people have. Yeah, a lot of people
we
went
got
up
through the
over
gate,
wall.
and then Konchak and Rias, we climbed over.
Yeah,
I squeezed through.
I
Except
think
for
the only one
Barry
who stayed back was Matt Mercenary.
and
Yeah.
Barry.
Can I take a stab at the lock?
Yeah, do you have thieves' tools?
No, never mind.
Okay.
Never mind.
You could try to have Barry break down the gate.
Oh,
Barry and McCree could even work together.
yeah. Hey, could we use some bear power to tear down this gate? What do you think,
Barry!
Con?
Do what Matt says.
Can I walk over really quick to help them out? And on the
Yeah.
lock, can I do chill touch on the lock
Sure.
to see if I can freeze it up and see if that'll break?
Sure. So you freeze up the metal, trying to make it very brittle, and Barry and McCree working together just start like mauling the gate and pushing the whole thing. And after just a moment, there is like this scream of metal as the entire gate is just ripped down off of its hinges.
Nice.
Airs go spilling out into the courtyard, giving that an entrance. Though you do note that it has made a lot of noise doing that.
Yeah. I whisper to Peepa, like, "Oh, we're not secret no more."
Oh, everyone
No,
prepare
indeed.
for battle.
I reload my crossbow and prepare.
Okay,
I'm ready.
you load your crossbow. You prepare for battle. How do you guys proceed?
I grab the ladder and try to
Quietly.
follow the footprints.
Okay, you put the ladder up against the wall. You can again. There's the front door, and now there's this ladder up to a break in the second floor. What do you guys do?
28 to stealth, Jim.
You stealth your way quite well.
He disappears.
Where are you stealthing to, my friend?
I'd try to get up the ladder. I still just want to kind of look into the rubble
Yeah.
to see
Mhm.
what's in there.
Sure.
Oh.
Go ahead.
No, you're right.
Okay. Oopsie begins very quietly climbing the ladder. Oopsie, you get to the top of the ladder. You're looking down now. You're basically on this catwalk overlooking this defunct sweatshop. And you see a couple of things are happening, and it is all happening very, very quickly. There are a couple shadowy figures that are making their way up some stairs across the room through like what must be like an office that's overlooking the sweatshop. You hear shattering glass and shouting as they just rush away from you out somewhere. You don't even know where. But you do note that down on the factory floor itself, there are four figures in lab coats that are tied up and gagged, and they are struggling and calling out. And you can see that they must be the doctors, though the people who have captured them are making every effort to get away. What do you do?
I yell back to the people behind. I say, they're running, and then I'll try and run and drop down to the doctors.
Sure, you go jumping down. Oopsie calls back that they're running, but then he disappears deeper into the building. What are the rest of you doing?
I bolt to where Oopsie pointed, I guess.
Okay. The only way that you can see to get further back is up and through the building. So you climb up the ladder. You're on this catwalk. You can stay on the catwalk to get to this very far office in the distance, or you can see that Oopsie has dropped down onto the factory floor below and is running towards these bound doctors.
Down
okay.
The catwalk.
Pipa.
I'm gonna follow Khan Shaka.
Okay. Khan, Adam Khan, Rias. Sorry.
Yes. No, I will follow. Everybody's heading up that ladder.
All right, so you head up the ladder. Are you going to follow Oopsie, who is going down towards the doctors, or are you following Kanshaka, who's trying to chase the figures fleeing out?
I will follow Kanshaka.
Okay, you follow Kanshaka and Matt Mercenary. Where are you going?
I take a quick glance at the door.
Okay.
Does it look boarded up or?
No, it just looks like you could open it if you wanted to, as long as it's not locked.
I'm going to run for the door. I'm going to do something different, and I'm going to run for the door and check the door.
Okay. Are you checking the door, like making a perception check, or are you checking the door, like trying to
open it? I'm just straight up trying to open the door.
Oh yeah, it comes open, but you do note that as it swings open just a few inches, there's this moment of resistance, and then you tug, and you hear this, and a loaded crossbow just beyond the door shoots through the widening gap right towards you, and that is going to hit armor class 16.
No,
you barely roll out of the way as this crossbow just goes whipping over your head.
I heard the sound. I knew.
But it strikes Barry, and you got Barry killed.
Wait, no, Barry's out.
You
no
monster!
Better not hit Barry.
Why would you do that?
Why was Barry there?
Why Barry, not McCree? Why did Barry get hit?
I'm just kidding. There's no bears that get hit. We don't condone cruelty to animals.
I don't know if you wanted to have an alignment switch.
Well, technically, I'm an animal, Jim.
But you do see that deeper into the room, you can see Oopsie is rushing up to this group of doctors that are all struggling in their bonds. Kanshaka, Pipa, and Rias, you go rushing across the catwalk. You are looking now into this office space, and there are some open windows, and these people are just they've vanished. You don't see where they've gone. You go up to the windows, you're looking out, you're looking around. You don't have any idea where they've gone, and it looks like you're trying to figure out whether you should go rushing after them or whether you should go and help Oopsie and Matt Mercenary down below. Matt Mercenary and Oopsie, you get up to the doctors, you begin freeing them one by one, and they are the blindfolds come off their eyes. You can see that all four of them are relatively unharmed, and they are grateful to be rescued. They immediately recognize you as HEI licensees, and they're like, "Oh, thank you! Oh my gosh, we thought they were going to kill us. We didn't know what was going on. They attacked us last night. It was crazy." As they are sort of frantically just jabbering on, as the adrenaline flows through them, the rest of you are sort of looking around, trying to see if there's any way you can track down these fleeing captors. But it becomes very quickly clear that you were because they had heard you coming through the gate. They got such a lead on you that you are unable to find where they went, how you could track them down, and you realize that for the moment they've gotten away. But you have rescued the doctors themselves.
Okay.
And their supplies.
And the supplies.
Yeah.
And the supplies. And they are infinitely grateful for your efforts.
Which doctor was talking mostly?
That was
Thomas, Stephen, Lamp, or T.
Dr. Lamp is talking.
Lamp.
I love Lamp. Has a lot to say.
He's very bright.
You begin getting them, the process of getting them back to HEI headquarters so that they can rest and get checked out and make sure that they're okay. And on the way, they are recounting their ordeal. They were attacked by these men who'd held them captive. One had wanted to keep and sell the medical supplies on the black market, but he was killed by the leader of this group in a fit of rage. The leader of the group was a man prone to fits of rage, keeping his subordinates in line through fear. The group as a whole seemed rather aimless, and the doctors are unable to really tell you why they had been taken or what was going to happen to them. They really have no idea. The rest of the group seemed to be following this leader for money or out of fear, never quite seeming to have like a clear goal in why they had attacked the hospital. Though the Dr. Lamp does note that he overheard one thing during one of their captors' tirades, one bit that was shouted with rage that traveled even through the stone walls of the factory from another room. He had said something about, "I'm going to kill her, but first I'm going to ruin her. Fanray Mithel is going to pay." And with that, we will close out our episode for the evening.
Do it. No! It's that guy!
It's always her fault.
Oopsie, no, Fanray.
Oh, so do I.
Everybody knows Fanray.
One final question.
I don't know Fanray.
Right, good.
That's true. Matt Mercenary might not know Fanray.
Did I have the opportunity to go and pick up my shield and sling that were on?
Yes. You, after things calmed down, you would have been able to gather up any of the stuff that you dropped. So that is not a problem.
Jim, we're heroes.
You guys are heroes. You saved the
heroes.
doctors. You saved the doctors.
Saving a lot of people.
You saved a lot of people in the long run. And that is what you do.
We need to see if Fanray's got this that scar. That scar on her shoulder. It's bad.
It's bad news. But before we
bad
go,
bears.
Before we go, why don't we take a look in chat and see if anybody has anything cool that they want to say or any questions they want to ask? Or I just want to note that we had some cheers coming in at the last half. We had Kitsu723 cheering, Crossbones cheering, and Sarah BC1 cheering. So thank you guys so much.
You guys.
Every bit helps, literally.
Jen Zhang points out if any of the doctors are single, she just marry them.
Got to marry the doctors,
Dibs on Lamp.
Dibs on Lamp. Yeah,
I love
That's
Lamp.
so funny.
I love Lamp.
Jennifer has to tell us if any of these names are Asian. She said, "Quick, if any of you are Asian." Or no, never mind.
Nope, not touching it.
I don't know.
Anyway.
Sarah BC1 is asking, is slime rot worse than mummy rot?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's debatable. I mean, mummy rot is a vicious disease. What makes mummy rot so awful is that it's much more difficult to get rid of than most other diseases. But I would say that being slowly turned into a slime mold as your insides liquefy is pretty horrific.
That's gross. And Brian Summer says, so it would be a John Hurt scene, but slime instead of baby alien?
Oh.
Yeah.
Lucas is upset. It says it's sad that these characters are going to go away when Vantum comes back.
Oh.
Technically, we've seen these guys more than our
At this point, we have had more heroic endeavors than we have any one of the groups in Vantum. Though technically, we did have more overall Vantum episodes, or I think we're at the same amount of Vantum. I can't remember, but each character has been seen more often now. Yes.
And I heard you mention the city in the opening. You were talking about the Vantum.
That's right. Yeah, it is. That's great. That's right.
I like that aspect, Jim. World building.
Well, you're at Daspir is the same country.
I like it.
So
don't worry, guys. Khan Shaka will never die.
Lucas has a good Khan Shaka comment. Lucas says, I suspect Khan is going to get hopped up on honey and go into a bear rage and slaughter everyone if left unchecked.
Don't know until it becomes a bear, man. You don't know what's Khan's head. You don't know what's going to happen. So far, it just has aspirations, man. One day, he will be the perfect being. Which is
has Khan Shaka filled out a will? Like, if Khan Shaka does die, can Oopsie take care of Barry?
Gosh.
Yes.
Yes.
I think that's the clear answer is that obviously the druid would will his animal companion to the goblin champion and not the other people who are definitely adept at taking care specifically of bears.
I just have this vision that like Khan dies and Barry just kind of carries Oopsie around because it was the last thing he was told to do.
Yeah.
And Oopsie thinks he has a bear companion, but he really just has a bear walking around.
Don't worry. Once Matt Mercenary and Oopsie become friends, he's gonna get the same deal. So
I don't know if McCree would be really happy with that. I don't know.
he's a bear.
Yeah, he's a smoking bear. Okay.
He's a smoking bear.
Good for him. Smoke's not good for bears.
All right, all you weirdos. This has been an incredibly fun episode. Thanks to the players, but also thanks to you fans. Those wild magics always add an extra level of things that really turn up the heat on these characters. So it's a ton of fun. Thank you guys so much for making that possible.
You get to keep that card too. You both have cards. Don't forget.
That's right. You guys have cards. So if you're on another episode,
that rolls over.
Yeah, the wild magic is over, but you get to keep your cards. So if you're on another heroic endeavor, you keep your card until you use it.
Steven.
That was the Ace of Clubs for Pipa and
Four of
the
Spades.
Four of Spades.
Thank you, Steven.
For old Matthew Mercenary.
Thank you so much, Steven.
We've got, of course, our episode of Things in Space tomorrow. So make sure that you join us for that. It is always a good time to switch modes and get into some sci-fi with Starfinder and GM Ben at the helm of things. So that'll be a good time. And then, of course, we'll be back for one of our last episodes of Crits and Giggles, though not our last. We still have two more weeks. So that it's the next to last episode of Crits and Giggles coming up this Monday. Make sure that you check that out because it always gets really crazy with the role play on Crits and Giggles. So that is always a good time if you like the drama. We will be back next week with some more heroic endeavors on Friday night. So make sure that you join us and maybe we'll get to see what exactly this whole business with Fanray is all about and what the heck is going on with her. But until then, what?
But
don't forget, you can hang out with Craig tomorrow on the Saturday morning Craig Extravaganza starting at 9 a.m.
Miss that.
wow.
That's the only time he's on the channel now.
I have to work.
9 a.m. It's going to be 9 to noon because I've added Splatoon 2. So if you have a Nintendo Switch and you want to hang out and you want to play some video games, or if you just want to come and troll me like I'm not going to name any names, but 9 to noon on the DaT Network. The Saturday morning Craig Extravaganza. Come hang out with me. It's fun.
That's right. Was that the Craig Splat for with
So it's going to be Craig Smash, Craig Splat, and Karting with Craig.
Nice. Love it. Make sure that you check it out. It is always a good time. The DaT Network is saying we thought it was 9:30. How are we supposed to keep up? Is it 9 or 9:30?
So it's 9 now. I added. So I wanted to give everyone the proper amount of playing time with each game. So I have dedicated 1 hour to each game. So I have the Saturday morning Craig Extravaganza. It's been this way now for 2 weeks. I've extended it.
Social has a lot of things to say about this, and I think we should go offline so that Social can complain to you in person. We're going to get out of here. We will see all of you later. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Bye, guys. Good night.
Bye-bye, everybody. Good night.
Bye, guys.
Bye.